Hallo, Hallöchen und herzlich willkommen zurück bei dem verrückten Vogel aus der Nachbarschaft. Der Moturi hier und wie ihr sehen könnt, im Hintergrund läuft schon genau das Richtige. Und zwar mit morgen, diesmal. Ich habe aus Versehen rausgetappt, weil ich habe aus Versehen fast mein Handy noch runtergeschmissen, ne? Weil ich habe mich vorgebeugt und wollte noch schneller auf HDMI umstöpseln, dass ich das auch auf dem großen Bildschirm habe. Und ja gut, wäre fast schief gegangen, ne? Mal davon abgesehen, dass ich mit der guten Ophelia gerade die ganze Zeit noch gequatscht habe und festgestellt, oh scheiße, es ist schon 55. Ich muss starten. Verflucht, da war ja was. Ah ja, Teechen habe ich mir auch schon bereit gemacht. Also lecker karibisch mit Mango, mit schön viel Honig. Und ja, ich würde mal sehen. Wir werden wahrscheinlich, wie ich so mitgekommen habe, Avalon la Fae sogar heute eventuell abschließen. Und ja, ich würde mal sagen, schauen wir mal einfach, wie es heute wird, ne? Und ja, da muss ich mir auch Gedanken machen, wie ich dann ab nächste Woche, zumindest ist ja nächste Woche Spätschicht, wie ich dann die Streams halt neu verteile, weil so gesehen ist ja Montag zu Ende jetzt, der Montag ist zu Ende und der Donnerstag ist dann zu Ende. Ja, und mal schauen, bin ich mal gespannt. Aber wir haben ja dann auf jeden Fall ab Samstag das neue Fate Samurai, was da noch rauskommt. Und das werde ich dann wahrscheinlich also erstmal am Samstag spielen für Holocure. Und dann auf normaler Basis am Montag und am Donnerstag erstmal, ne? Das ist, denke mal, ja, erstmal der Plan, der so mir in den Kopf gefallen ist. So. Plum. So. Dann mach ich mal Ton an. Ganz wichtig, Sperrmodus. Na, hast du es jetzt gesehen? Das war das, was ich gemeint hatte. Tja, der gute Scheiß. So, dann lehnen wir uns mal zurück. Hoffen, dass der Adapter fleißig mitmacht, weil der Adapter hat erst gesagt so, nö, nicht wirklich, hat keinen Bock gehabt. Hab den irgendwie zum Laufen gekriegt, jetzt nochmal, ich weiß nicht, ich glaube beim nächsten Mal brauche ich neu, wenn das weitergeht. Avalon la Fae. Und wir lesen weiter. Oder besser gesagt, wir fighten weiter. Yes. Wir fighten! The beast's magical energy signal is gone. And the smoke and fire that was covering Norwich disappeared along with it. She did it, Imoto. Mesh actually banished the whole calamity. I can't believe it. My Coel really is something else, isn't she? Ah, sowas von! Oh jeez, you just barely pulled through too. I can't believe your remote summoned 2 servants, twice no less. Just lie down and rest, okay? We have 10 minutes until our rendezvous with the Stormborder, and Mesh should be back soon, so... Yeah, you should have just enough time to grab a few rings. Well, in that case... Oh, die Mucke, ne? For some reason, I can just tell when and where he'll try to strike. Peperoncino? We're both worthless, good for nothing at heart. I was always thinking more about how things would end than how long they'd keep going. Remember that well, and don't let your guard down until it's well and truly over. Wach! Ich hab's gewusst. Pling. Phew! The battle was over. The Knights of the Round Table had successfully banished the calamity. In its final moments, it almost seemed like the enormous hound was weeping. Whether in gratitude or suffering, I do not know. Thank you, Sir Gawain, Sir Lancelot. Thanks to you two, I was able to show her what the true Knights of the Round Table are like, just like she wanted. Still, she paid the heavy price for her victory. As the report said, there were signs that the Round Shield would perform a chain summon on the night Sheffield was destroyed. By importing their names, the Land of the Fae had given the Knights of the Round Table a place to exist in the Lost World. Oder verlieren! Noch nicht! Oh jo, Birb Avalon! Na, oder Burbo Bratenbrain? Jetzt geht's los. Burbolein Braten, ey. Na, Nightmare, du alte Socke. Wie geht's? Wie steht's? Schön, dass du reinschaust. Alles gut bei dir? And as Galahad, Mash Creelite had benefited most all from that arrangement. The summons themselves had been performed by the Round Table. The heroic spirits who answered it appeared only briefly. But even without paying a price for the contract, Mash's stamina and mental energy were heavily depleted. Ja, alles fein und selbst. Ja, mir geht's super, ne? Ich habe mein Teechen da. Mal davon abgesehen, dass der Adapter und das Kabel gerade ein bisschen rumspacken, ne? Also, ich würde mich nicht wundern, wenn ich irgendwann mal, wenn ich dann nochmal streamen sollte, ein neues brauche. Ey, hör mir auf. Ich habe gerade einen halben Krampf gekriegt, das wieder zum Laufen zu bringen, ey. I'm pretty exhausted, but I don't have any major injuries. My respiratory system is fine. Thank goodness, just a little rest and I should be back on my feet. Alright, I should let Munir know I'm done. I can make it back to the shadow border in 4 minutes, so we can just wait there for... In a current state, Mesh should be able to recover his strength and magic energy to combat ready levels in 3 minutes. Make it back to the shadow border 2 kilometers away in less than 1. However... Be careful, little Red Riding Hood. When you're that tired, you're easy pickings for any wolf who happens to come along. Hallo, ein wildes Ophelia! Na? Willkommen, willkommen, willkommen! Na, du fleißiger BT-Suchten? Und Ophelia, ganz, ganz wichtig, nicht vergessen, immer schön fein YouTube. YouTube ist... Wir müssen YouTube grinden. Ach, das war ja so klar, das... Oh, die Ratte, Mann! Mesh, look out! Senpai, what are you doing here? I had a bad feeling, so I ran here as fast as I could. Bin doch dabei! Ja gut! Sehr schön, sehr schön! Die Ophelia weiß, was abgeht. Die Ophelia weiß, was richtig gut abgeht. Nicht so wie der Nightmare, der einfach nur mit seiner Tüte Würmer ankommt hier. Never mind that now. You need to get your wound treated. Get back me, Master. Habe dem AEC endlich mal Schaden gemacht. Oh, endlich! Oh, das war der Fünfer, ne? Das war ja der so schrecklich ist. And thank you for helping me recover my strength almost instantaneously. It's a good thing you got here when you did. Ajaja! Ein wildes Matti, bist du es? Ist es ein wildes Matti? Ja, ein wildes Matti hat sich eingefunden. Oh, well, shit. Ja, Tag. Eule. Nee, danke. Na, Matti, wie geht's, wie steht's? Schön, dass du reinschaust. Alles gut bei dir? Nach 20 Runden wurde es Zeit. Und Matches mit jedes Mal 4, 7... Oh ja, 0, die 7er. Du musst halt dir angewöhnen, wenn du halt Low-Tier bist, dass du halt extremst passiv spielst, ne? Du musst einfach hinten bleiben und gucken einfach, was du für Reste halt abbekommst. Mehr ist das halt nicht, ne? Mehr kannst du wirklich nicht mal... Du bist halt wirklich, egal was du auch immer du spielst, wenn du Low-Tier bist, bist du halt nur Support. You ran all the way here from the border. What a killjoy. Noch Pastor, wie geht's schon gar nicht mehr? Ja gut, ja gut. Did anyone ever tell you that you're supposed to stick to combat support? What a piss-poor excuse for master you are. You went and ruined the meal I've been looking forward for nearly forever. Oh, you're the worst. Guess I must have lost a step if I messed up something so easy. Oh! Plapp! Ja, gut! Oh! Mann! Der verrottet! I can smell his body rotting all the way over here. Barragat, I thought you might still be alive. Cause I am. Can't go dying while I've still got a reason to live. Isn't that right, Mash? I'm sorry I left you all alone for so long. I didn't get tired of you, I promise. Just loads of crap getting in our way. Not only have there been no opportunities for us to spend time alone together like we used to, but you even got healthy enough to get up and start moving around on your own, just like the doctor planned. Man, I miss our days in Shadir's treatment room. You always looked so bored in there, that's why I went into living things up. You didn't have much in the way of human emotions back then, but you still had the same responses to pain as anyone. I still remember the sound of the bones in your fingers snapping, the way your screams echoed around the room. Alter, was bastard! The room. It was like I was playing in a concert hall. You heard the piano, just the two of us, alone in the world. Alter! Blap! Oh, my head is killing me. The hell's going on? Whatever. There's no doctor here now. Sure, there's someone else trying to spoil our fun. Alter, der Typ an. But she won't come between us for much longer. Sorry to keep you waiting so long, Mesh. What the hell are you saying? Girl? I'm talking about love, of course. Alter. I don't want to kill Mesh, I just want to love her. So stay out of this, alright? Go on, Marsh, tell her this is just how we communicated. Tell her this is my love language. Alter, der Typ an, der Dreckspisser. That's maybe true. You never had any malicious intent toward me, murderous or otherwise. When you broke my fingers in the treatment room, you even seemed genuinely concerned for my condition. You listened intently to my cries of pain. You said that was love. Yeah, no one! You said it wasn't joy that moved you, but a sight of agony. Alter, der Dreckstyp, Mann. You're a sick barrel. Well, of course, I'm only human. I've never had many friends I could really relate to. Same with interests, really. It's hard to find someone who... God damn it! I was hoping to make my time with this, but it looks like my head is going now. The Morse curse finally caught up to me. But that's okay. Just means I won't be able to act human anymore. So before that happens, I'm gonna take my blushing bride and be on my way. I'm giving us your blessing, Kohai. Nee. Go save the world if that's what it does for you. Everyone's got their kinks. I don't really get it, but hey, different strokes for different folks. All I ask in return is that you keep your nose out of other people's love lives. Oh, but no! What, ne? Alter, der Dreckstyp. Der Dreckstyp, Mann! So, Caster, hä? Ich will schon. Ich will schon wieder daneben. Genau dich. Ich wähle dich. Astoria noch dazu. Damit ausgerüstet. Und feuerfrei! Attacke! Ich mach dich kaputt! Der verwest ja eh schon innerlich und äußerlich. Black Wolf. Mich? Ja, dich, du kommst doch dazu. Wollt ihr das sehen? Guck mal, wie du aussiehst. Na. So, erstmal, uppala. Fettfingert. Heimas. So, oh, das ist gut, das ist gut. Gambaccio. Ja, komm. Micho. Na. Nee, das mache ich noch nicht, Der Rest hebe ich mir auch auf. Das tut weh. Das tut jetzt richtig weh. Ja, mehr Höhe. G-Quattro Tariano! Ah, macht er. Ole! Doberecha! Oh, das war's was. Aua, ey! 41.000 hat es gemacht. Hier. Iwa. Nichenga Matcha. Warte mal. Ich glaube, das... Ich schieb mir das nur off, oder? Oder? Nee, warte, wisst ihr was? Ich weiß, wie ich es mache. So, wir machen Lord Camelot, dich und dich. Genau, das ist der Plan. Das ist der Plan. Lord Camelot. Oh, das gibt es ATK. Es gibt so ATK. What? So, genau, Enforcement, ganz wichtig, falls er jetzt irgendwas gleich ruppt. 40. Ja. Stun! Alter, die miese Ratte! Wieso was? Dafür stun ich die auch! Zurück mit dem Stun! Oh Mann. Warte mal. Stun? Das sieht so aus wie... Wo ist der Chef-Stun? 3 Turns! Fucking 3 Turns, Mann! Fucking 3 Turns! Das hast du davon! Eine Boah. Hä? Hat er gerade nicht mal mehr angegriffen? Oh, aber guck mal, ey, was ich hier für Kombo-Dinger krieg. Ja gut. Nehme ich. Ja. Ja gut, jetzt sind meine Buffs ausgelaufen. Immer noch Sun. Besser als gar nicht. Besser als gar nicht. Nochmal buffen. Nochmal defensiv hoch. Und ATK nicht vergessen, ganz wichtig. Lord Camelot. So, jetzt gibt's nochmal auf die Mütze kurz. Ja, Alter. So, aus dem Stun raus. Platz. Und ich habe immer noch ATK durch wenigstens das. Und noch zusätzlich Def hoch. So, Taurimasen. So, warte mal. So, Invincible. Oh, das wird jetzt wehtun. Warte mal. Atsui Tenkai des. Genau, du brauchst mehr Höhe. Tariano. Da macht er. Nein. Oh, doch. Guts weg. Oh, wie viel Guts hat ihr bitte? Null. Das ist ja ein Witz. Oh Gott. Nee, da hat es nochmal Guts gekriegt. Wie viel Guts hat der Wichser? 2 hat er noch. Oh komm, dann mach mal. Dich, du, das. Wir brauchen uns nicht mehr buffen. Game over! Game over! Mach sie weg! Hi! Oh, er macht Ulf! Er macht Ulf! Er hat Ulf gemacht. Weg damit! Die Typen brauchen wir echt nicht. Feierabend für Barrel! Und zwar für immer! Ja, den Scheiß mal nicht entwickelt, dass er es auf Menschen überspringen kann, ne? Ja, guck mal, kriegen wir Flashback. Although he was a mage, Barrel got true profession and passion was killing. He learned the dark arts from his mother, one of the magecraft worlds rejects. And the witch. In the Mage Association, the witch is not simply a word for female mage. They are considered completely different creatures from humans. Supernatural beings by nature, which has created the Mage Association's Humina or Botany department, which studies curses and medicines. And we are also involved in the establishment of the first magic. Plum. But there are no witches present in the Mages Association anymore. As time went on and civilization developed further, they changed both their form and their way of life. Oder auch life. Beauregard's mother was one such witch. The witches' transformations were myriad. Some returned to the earth, some returned to the past, and some joined the first. Mages, though, thought these transformations were miraculous and spoke of them in reverent tones. Meanwhile, some witches abandoned their way of life and assimilated into civilized society, with some of them falling so low as to become human. Witches who had fallen were treated with neither compassion nor respect. No matter what kind of magecraft or mystics they possessed, no mage would recognize them as human. As far as they were concerned, any witch who had survived to the modern day as a human was no more than a refuse. Good. Hey Gran, why do witches die if they fall in love with a human? A young Beryl posed this question to the witches claiming to be his mother one day. His mother, who more closely resembled an enormous Todd in a robe than a human being, replied, "Why, that's easy. Mixes bloodlines that roots our souls. We're fairies, you see. We don't give birth to children. I'm my own daughter, see? What I screwed up real bad. Why did I end up looking like this? Please let me go back. Let me go back to my old form. Curse the Mainstar, curse that little wench. So what if she's Yumina's descendant? Does that mean she can do whatever she wants? Even though I screwed up, I'm the one who was deceived. If only I'd never met him. If I'd never gotten involved with a human, then I never would have been stuck with a bad like you. She apologized the moment the words left her mouth. I'm sorry, Belle. I don't know why I said that. You're my precious son, my darling boy. It's okay, Gran. I know you don't mean it. No, don't cry. You can't see the stars in your eyes when you cry. They're your best feature, prettier than anyone else's. Beryl, oh, thank you, Belle. You're the only one I can count on, the only thing I have worth living for. Beauregard lived with his mother away from human society, where she taught him all manner of curses and rituals. It's unclear how much influence these spells, most of which used life as a chief ingredient, had on Beryl's personality. He learned things like how to track prey, and how to make a witch spot that could cross two living things together. He learned how to conceal himself, how to make deadly poison, how to turn karma to tumors, how to amplify pain, how to borrow against misfortune. He especially loved spells suited to assassination and torture. His mother happily trained him. So there's no more spells you have left to teach me? I see. It's too bad, Mom. And one day, Barry put out his mother's eyes and left the forest behind him. Toller Sohn, hä? Der hat die Augen von seiner Mutter rausgeschnippelt. After that, he did as he pleased. He sold his log. He sold his services as a mage who dealt exclusively with killing for a time. Life was good. But eventually, he had killed so many people, he could no longer live comfortably, even in the underworld. Then, just as he was looking for a new place to call home, he was recruited to Chaldea by its director, Mousebury Amnisphere, and came to what would be his third homeland, a base in the Antarctic. There he saw a creature so ugly he could scarcely believe his eyes. Whoa, whoa, you gotta be shitting me. What the hell is that? I thought Chaldea was supposed to be a human organization about preserving humanity, so does that thing figure into your mission, Doctor? This creature ugliness wasn't a matter of its appearance, but rather its way of life. It was incomplete, like an eternal premature infant, well loved inside and reminded him of Baludek. And on top of that, hey Doctor, what's that girl's name? I've seen a ton of people over there of the years. That girl, right there, she's something special. She might have a long way to go now, but one day she's gonna be prettier than anyone else. Since Barry may have inherited his mother's green thumb, she had a gift for growing flowers. He knew that this one might be a miserable sight now, but in 10 years she would bloom into something beautiful. And so he decided to watch over the flower's growth and brighten his dreary days. That said, I don't actually know the first thing about art. Whenever I go to a new country, I always make sure to visit its biggest art museum. I've seen a lot of renowned landscapes and paintings, but I didn't think much of them. I could tell they were well made, of course, but that's all. For the longest time, I figured I just wasn't the kind of guy who could appreciate beautiful things. But then I fell in love, Mesh, and finally got to know who I really am. Alter, der Typ, ne? I don't hurt you because it's fun or because I hate you. I hurt you because I care about you. I hurt you so I can love you. Alter, der Dreckstyp, ne? That's the kind of guy I am. I'm just the type of guy who can only recognize beauty once it's been damaged. Alter, ab mit dem Kopf! So I'm gonna keep you safe from everyone and everything. I'm not gonna let the Doctor or Mercebury have their way with you. I'm not gonna let them give you a serious light. It was my condition for becoming their cleanup guy. Remember this, Mesh. I'm not going to die as long as you're around. I'll always have fun in a world with you in it. Hard to believe it, isn't it? I know, I can hardly believe it myself. But it's true, you're the most important thing in this whole world to me. So, you don't mind, right, Mesh? I want to see you suffer more than anything. Alter, der Typ, Mann! Very good! Barrigot was taken into temporary custody, and his access to that area of Chaldea was revoked. This was a year before the fateful day Team A embarked on their first experimental ray shift. Alter, der Wichser, ne? So, der Typ kann's... Ja. What? Ja, gut, ne? Game over. Ha? That's weird. Why are you punching me, Doctor? Are you trying to take her away from me again? Wait, please, you can't do this to me. I still haven't felt anything. Er hat selber keine Emotionen und versucht, oh wow. I only accepted this shitty deal to be brought back to life because they said you were here. Moin, bin noch arbeiten, da Loki. Jo, viel Spaß. Ich hoffe, du hast trotzdem einen recht entspannten Arbeitstag und danke für den Loki. Ich hoffe, du hast auch einen entspannten dann, ne? Und vielen lieben Dank, dass du reinschaust. Dadli, dadlu. All I wanted was to see you again. Take one more step and towards here and I'll... It's okay, Master. He can't do anything anymore. Uff, ey. Was eine traurige Existenz, ne? That's it. Those eyes are beautiful. You've got to take good care of them. You've only got two after all. You don't have to run. Keep you safe. Oh man. I love you. I love you, Mash. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Yes, I'm sure you do. But I don't understand what you call love, Beryl. And I don't think anyone ever will. Ah, schon ein bisschen trauriges Ende, ne, von dem, ey. Rejected until the end. Pling. Weiter geht's! Salisbury! Vorlesen ohne Ende! Sind wir wieder oben. Oben auf dem Flugschiff. Okay, the Shadow Border is on its way to Norwich, so now it's my turn. I'll be back in 20 minutes. Right, I know you said Salisbury is the safest city in Britain, so I'm sure you'll be alright. But I ascertain you don't want to take a long bodyguard or two just to be safe. I know Captain and the Marines have to stay on the storm border to make repairs. But you could always ask Rimmer or Altricaster to go along with you now. For that matter, while it pains me to say it, I could have Holmes accompany you too, or even go with you myself if necessary. You gaudy, but I thought you hated singularities. I do. And lost bets for that matter. Hell, I don't even want to think about setting foot outside the border. But circumstances being what they are, I can't afford to be choosy. Besides, I have a bad feeling about this. Man, you really are Roy Rod, aren't you, Gordy? I appreciate the thought, but it'll be fast if I go alone. I already passed for a ferry in Salisbury, and I know my way around there too. Besides, we only have one pair of jet wings, remember? Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna swoop in, pop over the pub, and come back with Habit Road, in and out. Okay, be back soon. Take care of the storm border while I'm gone, Captain. Of course, I may be the ship's captain, but yeah, it's Brian. We need you back here as soon as possible. Oh, you know just as well as I do that Professor can handle things here too. Still, I appreciate the vote of confidence. I'll be extra quick, just for you. Ah! Oh Gott, ja, jetzt geht der Scheiß wieder los. Oh! The city's burning. It's been burning forever now. There haven't been any wind tidings from Lady Aurora. Everyone's in the city has changed. Of course, I'm not surprised deep down. We were all jealous of each other. We pretended to laugh, but we actually seethed. We pretended to be sad, but we secretly smiled. That's just what we fairies are like, so of course this is how things turn out. The pub's so quiet now, there's no sign of the fairies who used to smile and laugh here anymore. Nobody comes to my pub at all. I guess Britain really is done for. But that's okay, things are just back to the way they were before. My pub was always like this. That boring, far cry from places on Main Street, just like me. All the exciting recent stuff was just a special occasion, an unbelievable fun, once in a lifetime exception. Phew, good thing I made it here without anyone seeing me. That was too damn close for comfort. Man, Gordy was right. I had no idea things hadn't gotten so bad here. Davichi, you came back! Oh, this is great. I'm so glad you're alright. Things took a really bad turn at the casino, right? I was so worried about you. Hey Mike, good to see you safe and sound too. No, not that I was especially worried about you. Oh Gott, jetzt wollte ich schon kurz in die andere Schuhe. Your pup's pretty sturdy. You're not the type to take unnecessary risks. I knew you wouldn't let the rumors mess with you or take to the streets like the other fairies. Yeah, of course not. I've been in the kitchen all this time coming up with new recipes. Here, Twitchy, check this out. This one's really something. I found out you can make a really thin kind of bread with the buckwheat flour I got from Norwich. Then you can put all kinds of yummy things on top, like cream, ham, and veggies. Whoa, that's amazing, Mike. You invented gallets. Not even Norwich managed to come up with those. And they've been breaking the Queen's laws to do whatever they wanted for ages. You must have been doing a lot of experimenting to figure this out. This is a proud moment for me as the teacher. Yeah, I did. I worked really hard at it. It was tough, but fun. It wasn't easy, but it was really fulfilling. It's like a whole new world opened up. I'm not the same user as Mike was before. I'm fully fledged fairy now, and it's all thanks to you. Ah, you're giving me too much credit. I didn't make you into a hard worker. You had that going for you all along. You would have made something of this pup eventually, even if I didn't, if I never showed up. Where you going, Da Vinci? What's on the second floor? Oh, I just popped back to get something I forgot. I need to grab Typhoon and Arbiter and go back to our ship as soon as possible. Go back? Where to? Our ship's parked up in the air. Once I get back, we are gonna take care of the calamity. See, here's the thought. I know Gordy won't be happy about it, but do you want to come with us? That riot out there isn't calming down anytime soon, yeah. Having one fairy come along won't make any difference. No thanks, I'll stay here. Here's fine. Besides, I've still got the basement. I'll be safe no matter what. Yeah, it's safe here. There's nowhere safer. There's no point going out. You can just stay here forever. Uh-oh. No, nicht. Arbitron, are you still conscious? Yeah, is that you, Da Vinci? I knew you'd come back for me. I wish I could have gone to meet you myself, but oh well. You don't have to say anything. Your face is saying everything I need to know. That's good. Keep things simple. Yeah, it does. I don't know how things ended up like this, or why you made that choice you did. But after scanning all of Britain with the border, this was the only conclusion that made sense. You're going to help us, right? Of course. Besides, it's been kind of tough staying awake all this time. I hate to ask, but would you mind carrying me? I can't really move so well anymore. Bad. That was the plan. Hast du kurz das Gesicht von Da Vinci gesehen? Thanks for everything, Arbitron. You really are the bride's best friend. Hast du kurz in ihrem Gesicht gesehen, ne? I know the truth, Da Vinci. I know you're not a human or a fairy. But I don't think you move where any of the others do. You're stronger than a human or a fairy, but your life's much shorter. And pretty soon it's going to end. Okay, I've got Typhoon Mag too, and now I'd better hurry, I've already taken longer than I meant to. So why not just stay here? Oh, that way you'll live at least a little longer than if you go back outside. Oh, no! Mike! Sorry for all the trouble, Mike, but I'm really glad you're here. And I don't just mean for today, I mean all of it. If I hadn't met you, our journey would have been a lot harder. So thanks for listening to me that day. Pop life turned out to be a lot of fun. And since I might not get another chance to say this, I just want to tell you that you've got a lot more going for you than you realize. And I just know you've got loads of days filled with even more fun ahead of you. Uh-oh. Alright, take care now. I'm off to save the world. Set it up, turning around and heading for the door here. Her back is completely exposed. She's going to leave forever unless I do something. Without, I just go back to being my boring old self. I don't want that. I don't even want to think about it. The whole idea is too frightening. I need her here. She should stay here. She'll live longer that way too. So. Er schafft's. Nein, okay, er schafft's doch nicht! And she steps out. The knife clutched in my hand just out of my sight clatters to the floor. I stare at her back as she shrinks into the distance, barely able to see her through my tears. That's right. Da Vinci wouldn't. Da Vinci if she was wouldn't be Da Vinci if she wasn't free. Going wherever she wants, but it makes her Da Vinci. She knows she doesn't have much time, but she still keeps reaching for dreams. That's why she shines so bright. Er hat's geschafft! So I have to see her off. I have to keep smiling to the end. I used to think this place was a dream world where we could have anything we wanted, but I was wrong. Real dreams aren't easily obtained. That's why every day is so hard and so fun. That's what makes life worth the struggle, even if the world around you is about to end. Even if you're a horrible monster like us fairies. Yeah. Farewell, my friend, from a far-off world. Thank you for coming to Britain. Thank you for coming to my pub. Thank you for all those wonderful days. They truly were a dream come true. And so the angels spread their wings and flew straight through the dangerous city into the world beyond. Oh, er hat's geschafft. Mike hat's geschafft. Er ist über sich hinausgewachsen. Alright, Mesh, Minir, and Imoto are back from Norwich. And Da Vinci is back from Salisbury. All our units have completed their missions, and we can set of course for the pit. But before we leave, we still have time to do one last run-through of the operation. Gut, ich werde mir gleich mal ein bisschen Tee auffüllen. Commander Godov, what do you do the honors? So, nochmal ein bisschen nachfüllen hier für die Tori. Mehr Saft für den Hals. Damit die Worte besser rausglitschen. Ja, schön. So. Bam, 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 bam. Right, of course. This run-throughs are important after all. I appreciate your consideration. Right then, listen up, Shadia's Lost Belt Field Team and local collaborators. We are about to fly to the pit and begin our battle against Carninos. This should be our final battle in Britain, so don't worry about saving your thanks for later. I want you all to use everything you can, every special technique and every ace up your sleeve. I mean it, you guys are always holding back one last trick this time, and you'll see no holding back, no secret last minute surprises. We're just going to carry out this operation as we planned it. We're going to defeat Carninos. Remember, we were all wiped out once before. It's only thanks to that witch's kite we are still here. And according to Da Vinci, there's no more sign of her spirit origin anywhere in Britain. I'd say the odds are good. She's already left this lost belt behind. And good riddance. At any rate, remember this is our last shot, that is. Don't count on and getting a third chance. Let's go! Yes, sir! God. Now then, would you go over the particulars, Administrative Advisor? Certainly, Commander Goldov. Repairs on the starboard are complete and our flight and weapon systems are fully operational. Meanwhile, it has been 20 minutes since Carninos reappeared in the pit. Going from our previous experience, the Calamity Ants that assaulted us will appear in another 40 minutes. But just like the fire calamity that attacked the stormboard earlier, we expect there to be a change in Carninos this time as well. Specifically defensive systems. Once you realize we have the Divine Constructor on board in the form of an Altria Caster, there's a very high chance this calamity will try to attack us. Ja. Na geht's ab! And since it simply isn't possible to wait all of those cursed hands, this time we will pour everything we have into defensive anti-cursed layer and take them directly. Isn't that correct, Rimmel? Yep, you got it. I'm gonna put a mediation spot, well, up on the deck. In Form von Brunnen. Proxy or not, I'm still the god of wisdom. If I really concentrate, I can turn this whole ship into sacred ground. I couldn't do much against Albion's chemical rays, but I can definitely hold off spiritual interferences. So I take on Carninos' curse, his anger myself. He and I are both Celtic, so the least I can do is hear him out. There you have it. With Grimmer the Sage's help, the Stormboarder can get close enough to Carninos to fight him. Last time he destroyed Camelot 50 minutes after he appeared, so we'll need to defeat him before that happens. Our combat team will consist of Imoto, Mesh, Altria, Caster. Though naturally, since he'll be on the deck, Grimmel will be also participating as needed, as will Shadir's servants. We have 30 minutes to win this battle, starting now. Meine pinke Maus, da kam jemand an! Hat mein Mann mir bestellt. Boah, da geht's ja richtig gut los. Nee, also ich habe jetzt keine Mausmatten an sich, aber ich habe so Bubi-Maus-Dinger. Also nicht, weil Bubis auch, na gut, Bubis sind schon toll, ne? So soll man es ja nicht sagen, ne? Aber ich finde das wesentlich besser, als wie wenn ich nur diese flache Stelle für mich habe. Ich finde das wesentlich angenehmer. To be sure to keep that in mind, Master Imoto. We just passed Oxford. 5 minutes until we have visuals on Carnonos. Should I keep going straight, or should I make a little detour? No need for a detour, Marine. Could prepare for battle if you would. Und der Katzenposter, hab sie dir mal geschickt auf DC. Ja, warte. Guck ich gleich mal. Zeig mal, ja. Ah! Game over! Continue? Ja gut, ist das dann, wenn du den Common Game... Ist das dann, wenn du in WOT dann auf die Fresse bekommst? Ist das dann die Matte für WOT? It's time for us to get rid of the final calamity. Ja, sag ich doch. Richtig geil, ey. Richtig geil. Blim. Ophelia, Level 1. Jetzt geht's los hier. Oxford. Okay, gut, Oxford übersprungen. Oh, es geht los. Es geht los gegen Carnonos. Was war der eigentlich nochmal für ein Typ? War das Avenger? Wahrscheinlich der Avenger, oder? Ey, weißt du, wie geil das wäre, wenn der Avenger ist? Da freut sich meine Bibi, ne? We're almost to the pit. Nervous? I had to admit it, but yeah. Me too. I mean, think about it. We're about to fight a god. A god! Doesn't really get much more intimidating than that as opponents go, does it? Not that I want to talk, I only just learn about problem history at the site of selection after all. But you must be used to these kinds of things, right, Imoto? I mean, this is far from your first time, right? Yeah, but it never gets any easier. Definitiv nicht. I see. Well, that's a relief. Now I know it's okay to be nervous. But could you pick my stuff up for me if I end up dropping it from sheer nerves? Yeah, I've changed a bit. Nope, doing everything all on my own is still beyond me, so I'm glad I have others around to pick up my slack. Ja, ne? So, did you find the reason you were looking for? No luck there, I'm afraid. Still as in the dark there as ever. But that's okay. I might not know why I keep preserving. But I think there was someone who did know. Oh, but I'm getting off track. Imoto, I wanted to thank you now. Well, I still can. Once we defeat Carnonos, I go back to Avalon, and you go back to your own world. This me is just what was left after the Master took over the final part of the Sacred Sword's creation for me. Once I used up my magical energy, my role will be complete, and I fall into a deep sleep. Just like how King Arthur left for Avalon in your world. So yeah, after we've dealt with the calamity, I'm going home to paradise. I see. I've always known that I'd return one day. I've known since I sacrificed myself for the site of selection. No, since I first floated to the surface. But before I leave, there's one thing I have to do. I have to pay you back for everything you've done for me. For Avalon la Fae like me, saving Britain means restoring this false Britain to the way it should be. But you and your companions were different. You knew it was false, and you still wanted to save it. So I figured, just this once, I'd like to share the same goal. As long as you keep holding on to the hope, this Avalon la Fae will keep listening to you. And not just so you can save Britain, so you can save the world. Yeah, one day I'm sure we will. By the way, Imoto, I have a question for you. What part of this journey did you enjoy the most? And don't say Manchester. Well, that was sudden. Let's see, maybe. When we all went diving in a Dracar. Was, wenn you made something that. Ja, komm, das mit den Dracar immer. War immer noch am geilsten, Mann. Guck mal, ein Haufen Grale. Rein da. What about you, halt? Let me think. I was definitely the most fired up for the chocolate making, the most shocked in Norwich. But I think my happiest memory was in the Welsh woods, the 14th day after we met. That's when we shook hands for the third time. I just want to help the Chat of Prophecy on top of that. Man, that was so cool. Woo! I can't believe you still remember that. So on that note here, this will be our last one. The handshake. Flop. A fourth handshake, huh? What? Thanks for everything, Alfio. Distance to Coronos 5 kilometers. Descending to begin our final approach to the target now. Contact in 2 minutes. All hands get to your seats and strap until we get there. Okay, see you later. Es geht los! Na gut, nicht so! But the most fun I actually had was on our 11th day in Gloucester. For you it was probably nothing special. But it was my first time taking a walk down a big street with someone I really liked. Talking or walking? Jetzt bin ich verwirrt. Talking a walk? Talking a walk? Ist das ein Sprichwort in Englisch? Das hat mich kurzzeitig verwirrt. Ophelia sagt das was? Walking, talking? Walkie-talkie? Walkie-talkie? We have a visual on Cernunnos. Look out, status report. The target's making a move and picking up multiple magical engine signals from the bottom of the pit. It's a curse hands, putting up an anti-curse layer and any misfortune barriers now. Oh man, you're just, be sure those will be enough? They're peering at us like Niagara Falls. You're Niagara, fella! Don't worry, I push them back at once. In my death I speak of life. All minutes burn a line of mistletoe, sever the past and grow towards the future. For the next 9 days, no folly shall be tolerated. Cross the twilight. Gambatain. Valhalla. Noch 19k für Stackout. Da hast du ein bisschen was zu farmen. Ich muss immer noch zum IC. Wir brechen durch. We rush through. Ja, ha. Weg mit dem Händchen. Nicht mit mir! Ja, wir haben den Swiffer ausgepackt, den Swiffer für Curses! Whoa! Those cursed hands just turned into light and vanished. There's a second wave incoming now, but with that working for us, we shouldn't have anything to... Das war's nicht zu laut! Ah, damn it, he counted my retaliating curse. Chadea Emoto, you're not getting another shot. You need to finish this now. Absolutely. Den Flauschball auch platt. Damo may provide some protection, but we can't avoid the atmospheric magic energy contamination. Master Emoto will therefore remotely summon servants from the command room to aid in battle, while continuing to provide Miss Creedlight with magical energy. Let's begin our fight against Cernunnos. It's time to bring Britain's calamities to an end, once and for all. Let's go! Sag mir das, Avenger. Bitte sag mir das, Avenger. Berserker, noch besser! Oh, ich kann nur die 3. Level 120 Ghost Servant! Rein damit! Oh yeah! Warte mal, ich habe kein... Oh, ich muss mein Standardteam sogar verwenden. Also ich habe die Baby, aber nee, wir wollen das Team wollen wir nicht. Wechseln dich erstmal. Warte mal. Was ist das eigentlich für eine Aufstellung? Ah ja, hier, hoch. Bibi! Oh, die gute Bibi! Hier, rein damit. Ich kann Doppel-K! Ich kann Doppel, ey. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Aber wir nehmen mal noch rein. Warte mal, ich gucke jetzt mal komplett durch. Warte mal, was bist du denn eigentlich? Kann ich removen? Bam, bam, badam, bam. Archer brauchen wir eigentlich nicht. Bam, badam. Wir hauen dich rein. Ja, ich denke mal, das ist ganz passend. Eventuell, falls ich austauschen muss. So, was ist... ja, genau. Hier siehst du, guck. Wir nehmen das Ding rein. Wir nehmen das Ding, falls wir Line-Up tauschen müssen. Falls irgendwas in der Richtung kommt. Und ich will mal sagen, let's go! Jeder mit dem Berserker! Mal gucken, wie viel Leisten er hat. Die machen wir platt! Keine Lust, hier komm ich! Jetzt geht's los. Calamity of the Curse. Kananas. Ganz viele Grabbelfinger. Oh. Das ist ja voll fett. Let's go. Okay, 3 Layered Curse of Fabrication. Was? Increased debuff chance against Fae. Can listen to all attacks effect based on number of layered curse. And increase Attica for yourself. Nullify in triggers each turn, inflict layers of curse. Medium chance to apply layered curse. Ja gut. Willst du mich verarschen, Junge? Willst du mich verarschen? Will ich jetzt schon nicht. Es ist nur... Oh. Egal, komm. Komm, wir gehen. Mr. B. Aldea, so, wir machen... Jashintokni des. Brauchen wir eigentlich noch nicht. Wir machen eh mal... gerade die Glocken im Hintergrund. Ich habe halt null Plan, was das für Damage macht, ne? Oder was das für Damage machen wird, ne? So, wir gehen erstmal mit dem Standard-Ding durch. Fuck, no Effekt. Was war denn das gerade? Jetzt war ich verrückt. Ist das der Environment-Effekt? Viel Spaß! Ja, danke, das habe ich schon gesehen. Jeez, da hält sich? Psycho des? Zu gut. Ja, der Beam. Ich nehme für den Curse weg. Ja gut. Ja gut. Ja genau, gibt hier noch mehr. Ach du Heilige, Mann. Ikimas. Jannen desio. Ach du Heilige, ey. Erstmal Sport, dann du, dann das. Mishime dessen, ne? Araundo Caliban! Holy, Alter, holy! Birb Avalon! Sankoku, das hat weh, hä? Guck mal, der dreht sich gerade. Oh nee, wir fliegen um den rum. NP-Shield, ja, war ja so klar. What? Ich hatte nur einen Stack davon. Ich hatte nur einen fucking Stack davon. Wait. Wir müssen austauschen. Holy moly, ey. Das ist ganz wichtig, das brauche ich, ey. Oh Gott, ey. Artig auch. Tanne so. Schade, dass ich jetzt nicht dreifach, ey. Merlin kriege ich nicht hin. Yarimas. Oh, ich wurde geheilt. Zeig. Na, wie gefällt dir das, hä? Alter, Curse, Scheiß. Ikimas, NP gehen, yes! Oh, das hätte nicht geiler kommen können, ne? Das hätte echt nicht geiler kommen können. Yarimas. Tameni. Genau, und jetzt weg mit den Debuffs, die ich mir selber draufgehauen habe. Ich glaube, die wird trotzdem draufgehen, hä? Araundo Caliban. Außer ich habe 200% irgendwie geschafft aus. Oh. Nice. Gut. Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Rapid Regeneration? Ja, Baby. Ja, moved und heil. Okay, hat's weggemacht. Ja, okay, ich glaube, Altre geht. Hä? Okay, Altre geht nicht. Oh. Jütze! Weg mit der Charge. Cutting Creator! Batz! Das hat komplett abgezogen! Oh nein! Doch, nein, Mann! Jetzt bricht das Scheißding ja noch ab, oder was? Hier, das war ja so klar. Aua, oh! Genau das verpasst du jetzt, oder? Ja, ich kotze auch gerade. So, komm. Wieder rein. Und wehe, du brichst jetzt alles ab. Wehe, du kackt jetzt gleich alles ab. Oh, Gott sei Dank. So, ist wieder gesperrt. So. Das wird jetzt schwierig. Oh, Alter, das hat richtig gepfeffert. Ich glaube, ich muss den stunnen. Ja gut, hat keinen Effekt, das war ja klar. Das war ja so klar, ja, weil er Curse es drauf hat, weil er Curse Schaden es drauf hat. Oh, scheiße, Mann. Das Einzige, was wirklich logisch wäre, ist, wenn ich ein Command-Spell... Eigentlich müsste ich jetzt kurz 2 Command-Spells sogar lustigerweise opfern. Für da das Bibi überlebt. Merlin geht drauf und Altre geht so oder so drauf jetzt. Das wenigstens Bibi und ich muss halt den das abziehen. Also ich muss halt 2 Command-Spells. Einmal für HP und einmal für... Oh Gott, ey. Ist das übel. Ist jetzt theoretisch wirklich 2 opfern. Wie viel habe ich noch in der hinteren Reihe? Ich habe noch 2 Stück in der hinteren Reihe. Das ist Waver. Waver habe ich noch. Und ich habe noch... Ja gut, komm. Und immer Heilung. Habe ich noch nie sonst gemacht. Das ist das erste Mal, dass ich das mache. So... Dann wahrscheinlich Garden of Avalon. Obwohl, eigentlich müsste ich CCC als erstes machen. Obwohl, nee, ich muss CCC als zweites machen. Dann verliert er 2, oder? Gun of Avalon, CCC und dann
困ったアリさんたちま従いますけど
Stagaimas Kedo.
そこは壁もなく城もなく国すらない始まりの空。魂のありかを見せようか。
Garden of Avalon. Natürlich, wenn er sie jetzt trotzdem killt, ne? Wäre nicht so toll.
残酷に落としてあげる。これが欲望の果て。肥大したエゴの末路。
Cast Cutting Crater.
思い知りました。
Alter Falter, ey. Wie der sich mal gegenhalten, die Sau, ne? Sankoku! Ich hab Helos, ja. Aua. Ja.
戦線を離脱します。
Aua! Oh. Alter Falter, ist das übel. Ist das richtig übel.
日向の火薬の
So.
こういうのどうツーマンの連中だな。
Uha.
ないの？
好き放題扱ってあげましょう。お参りしておきます。
Warte mal. Ich muss.
サードアイ
Kaigan.
標本にしてあげる。残酷に
Jashin-Tekini des.
邪神的にです。
Oh, das tut weh. Das tut jetzt richtig weh.
やるがしょんな。
Komm, komm, das tut jetzt richtig weh.
乙女の秘密。
Michaimasu?
ちょっと美味しそうなので。
Oh, ist immer noch der letzte
お
Balken.
腹が鳴っちゃいました。
Jisai, das ne. Komm.
ズタツタになりな
What?
さい。
Oh, er hat immer noch so viel.
お待ちかねの
Sakura Beam.
無駄です。
Ja, Alter, ey. Ja! Oh, ihr Welt. Oh, das war eine 1. Fuck my life. Ja, gut. Okay, es wird gut, dass ich meine scheiß Leas geholt habe. Ja gut, dann ziehen wir noch so viel ab, wie es möglich ist und dann...
よし、
Josh.
行くぞ。
Ixo.
計
Ja,
略だ。
Gedak da, ja gut. Wanada. Oh, der hätte
簡単すぎるんだよ。
Das geht nicht runter.
マスター
Ja gut, ich habe mein Leyline Stone. Ich habe meine Leyline Stones, ich habe 3 Stück. Ich habe schon gewusst, dass ich die brauche. Ey, die miesen Schweine, oder das miese
早
Schwein.
炊きです。カルウェナ。
Ja,
やだな。
danach.
早炊きです。カルウェナ。
So, ich habe beide. Dann locken wir gleich.
サードアイ。
Kaigan.
残酷に。
Boah, ich habe 6 Kurzsterne, hä?
残酷に。
Jashin-Tekini des. Hoffen, dass ich nicht instant gleich wieder mit meinen Leuten drauf gehe. Will, du gehst drauf! Wir machen Arzt hinterher zum Auffüllen ein bisschen wieder. Also als letztes, deswegen extra.
乙女の秘密見ちゃいます？ちょっと美味しそうなので。
Ich wette mit dir, der macht gleich seine Ulti. Der macht sich gleich endlich wieder voll. Das tat jetzt tat's weh.
ですね。こっちこっち。
Platz! Weg mit dem scheiß Curse Charges.
お待ちかねの
Sakura Beam! Aua. Wehe, du machst jetzt deine MP voll, ey. Noch mehr, genau. Au. Uh.
隙をつかれました。
リラックスリラックス。
Ja, Lecco mio, Mann.
最高のカー
Kimio.
ツーマンの連中だな。じゃ
What the fuck?
あこういうのどうだ。ツーマンの連中だな。
Was zur Hölle? Was zur Hölle muss ich... Wenn ich jetzt nicht invincible... Ja, da kann ich schon... Du denkst einfach so, hier, Lecco mio. Andererseits, na, ich kann die anderen von denen nicht nutzen, ne? Wenn ich... schwierig. Ah komm, der Crit-Sterne. Relaxo, relaxo. So.
やるわら惨めですね
Mijme dessen, ne? Drauf da! Ich will ihn jetzt tot sehen!
飼育箱に入れてあげる
Aber wird wahrscheinlich nicht passieren, weil er so viel Curse Charge schon wieder hat.
哀れに逃げ惑いなさい
Curse the Cutting Creator! Was? Ja. Doch, die scheiß Curse Charges, ne?
ビビゲ
Das wird so nicht Damage. Okay, jetzt geht's wieder hoch langsam.
名城しがたき
Na, Biene! Yes! Alter, HP-Los, ne? HP-Los am Arsch! Curse, Alter. Brrr. Brrr, denkt er sich, ey. Anstatt nach 3 Minuten zu sterben, erst nach 8 Minuten mit dem AIC. Ja gut, ne? Es wird doch langsam besser, ne? Gott, ey.
ハッピーエンドの話をしよう。
惨めです
Happy End, genau. Ja, weg mit den Debuffs. Ey, Ophelia, ey, siehst du das hier gerade? Das ist ja... Der Typ ist voll der Albtraum. Wenn ich die Leyline-Steine nicht hatte, ne? So, jetzt weg mit den Charges. Stun wird nicht funktionieren, weil er immun ist dagegen. Nein, ich hab dir selber Curse wieder gegeben. Nein, ich hab dir selber wieder Curse. Obwohl, das ist mein Curse. Ich glaube, der zählt nicht. Alter Falter, alter Falter, alter Falter, alter Falter. Au, gut, dass ich meine Welt drauf hatte.
夢の世界に人は悪い。
Komm, überleben! Oh! 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 Och, scheiße, ich glaube, ich muss mit Koenskaya gehen. Oh. Ich glaube, ich muss mit Koenskaya gehen, weil...
日向の
Ja,
火薬の匂い
oh Gott, ey.
放題扱ってあげましょうはち切れそうでしょ
Ich muss jetzt beten, dass Koenskaya das schafft. Ich muss beten, dass Koenskaya das schafft, ne?
ご覧になります
Gorani Ganimasu.
いいでしょ
Daumen drücken, Daumen drücken, Daumen drücken! Komm!
じゃんじゃじゃ
Dann,
ーんこの躍動天を揺るがすエンジン
Guck mal, das Ding braucht mein BOT!
知りました
Oh Gott, macht das wenig Damage!
支配してあげましょう
Oh Gott, macht das wenig Damage! Oh Gott, oh Gott!
すいません
Warum macht das so wenig Damage? Ja, HP-Los am Arsch, Alter! Ha! Alter, von uns Zweiten oder was?
無駄ですよ
Ja, genau, von uns Zweiten!
マスター怒らないから
Du fuck, stimmt mit dir nicht! Gut, dass ich die hab! Was zur Hölle, Mann! Alter, was zur Hölle!
私の触手は残忍ですよ
So, jetzt aber, ey.
サードアイ
Ich rupp einmal alles durch, ich rupp alles durch!
本にしてあげるわ
Ey,
早書きですカルウェ
holy, ey.
ナ熱を帯びなさい
Oh, ey, du kriegst alles!
行きます今のうちに準備をやだな
Ja, dann hab ich noch was da, nee. Jetzt du drauf da! Mach den weg! Mach den weg, Mann! Ich will nicht mehr 2 Leyline-Steine!
乙女の秘密見ちゃいますちょっと美味しそうなので
Der Typ ist so... Ey, so einen heftigen Boss hab ich noch nicht gesehen, ey. Jisai, das ne... Oh, komm! Yes! Yes!
名城しがたき
Na, der hatte Bier! Alter, der Dreckstyp! Oh! Oh, ey, ist der übel gewesen.
今回はうまくいきました
Stell dir mal vor, ich hätte ihn nicht gekriegt. Und ich habe noch 2 Command-Spells dafür auch noch gewastet. Holy. Der hat mich ja trotzdem... Alter, ey. Ach du Heiliger, ey. Ah! Ist das übel. Bam, badam. Na, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt. Bin ich mal gespannt, was jetzt noch kommt, ey. Na komm. Jetzt will der Scheiß nicht laden. Jetzt laden! Lad! Loading Simulator hier oder was? Ja, ach, geht doch. Geht doch. Du musst nur anschreien. But I thought we beat him. Colonel is just instantly regenerated after his magical energy signal terminated. No signs of external injuries anywhere. It's no use, he's not going to stop. We've only peeled off a few layers of skin. What did it feel to fight him, Mesh? Did you figure anything out? I'm afraid not. We dealt with him countless lethal blows, but none of them did any lasting damage. I think his curse is bubbling up to heal him faster and we can hurt him. All we can see now is the puted dead flesh that's been bloated by his curse. If we can't cut the curse off at its source, we'll never be able to dispel this calamity. Alright, that ought to stop the bleeding for now. Ja gut. Well, rotten or not, he's still a god, ain't he? No, it's because he's gonna rotten that he's that much harder to get rid of. Now that we've tried fighting him, I can say for sure that he's got a divine core. A divine core as in the soul of a divine spirit, but Colonelus has been dead for... Something must have gotten inside his heart. Some kind of real special sacrifice that curses the fairy's whole existence. It was that sacrifice that reanimated Colonel's corpse and sent him up to the surface. Chipping away at him won't do anything. We need to completely annihilate him all at once. But we don't have anything powerful enough to... Sure we do, it's been around for a long time. Rangominiad! The 12 sacred lances embedded in Camelot's main gate. We can activate them, we can beat Cernunnos. That's what we are fighting for here. It's not quite enough to just prevent Camelot from being destroyed. Our job was to stall Cernunnos here and get the Guardian of the Sacred Sword to the throne. And we've done that. Now all that's left is to see where your journey ends. Huh? Hold on, where'd we go? She's not here. I don't see her anywhere. She must have slipped away from the deck when I wasn't looking. So that's why. Yep, that's why. That's why she... Mesh, hold the line! Right, we have to do whatever we can. Re-engaging. I block all his attacks myself. Jetzt geht's los. Jetzt geht's mal richtig los. Der Throne. Only death remained in Camelot. There were no fairies, no humans, no dead bodies, no Moors. She ran through halls devoid of all life, where countless splendors had come to an abrupt end. Having jumped off the storm border and landed on Camelot still unbroken outer walls, she ran now for the throne as fast as her legs could carry her. I think, no, I'm sure it was this way. Come on, Althea, don't stop to think. Already been here with Imoto. Just trust your gut and keep going. She gasped for breath, but not because she was tired from her earlier battle. What spurred her on was the enormous beast outside, separated from her only a single wall of stone. Cernunnos, the shrined deity, and his early quiet curse that seemed to oppress the very air. And now it's here, it's crawling up from the bottom of the pit right now. Before they set out for the spirit cavern, the curse had crawled up from the pit and completely destroyed Camelot. It arrived 1 hour after Cernunnos first appeared. There wasn't much time left, 10 minutes at best, 5 at worst. Before the time ran out, she had to reach Morgan's throne, learn its workings, and change it into something she could use herself. Before she would have probably said it was impossible and looked for another way. But now she knew she could pull it off. She was a different person after coming back from the site of selection. Now she was more than half fantastical. Now she knew about the king who would one day, throughout a sort of selection and sacred sword in hand, guide Britain to the future. And she knew that she herself was intrinsic part of that concept. Someone who stands at the edge of the world rather than its center. A beacon that at farthest point, no matter what sort of end may be upon us. She remembers something a Magecraft mentor taught her. An old nostalgic story, the story of a nameless hero made from countless hopes. There, I definitely recognize this intersection, and it's just up this way. Pelz! Eine ganze Menge Pelz! Morgan Throne. Ask the Savior's masterpiece, designed to gather and store magical energy from every fairy in Britain and to operate the sacred lances. Oh holy Behind the throne lay the terrace overlooking the pit. Welche Terrasse? There she saw the enshrined deity, simply there, his body made up of 14,000 years worth of dead flesh, wordlessly towering over her. The breath caught in her throat just the sight of him filled her with dread. Silence and all it conveyed made her flinch. He was right to be angry, he was right to curse his fairies. He had reached out to them in good faith, and they had tricked and killed him. They had robbed his beloved priestess of her life, and their dignity and flourished for 14,000 years. The calamities were not born of hatred, but of obligation fueled by rage and grief. It was his way of saying these creatures cannot be allowed to remain free. As the one who had inadvertently helped them survive, he now sought to destroy their world. Your anger may be justified, but still isn't the way. If you've decided that Britain is a land of sinners, then not a single one is untainted. Then you should have made a system to forgive their sins, not just to punish them. You should have chosen a sentence and given them a chance to serve it. Ja. Muss sich selber an den Kopf fassen, ne? She turned her attention to the throne, becoming one with the 12 sacred lances embedded in the gate. Oh, jetzt geht's los! Und da kommt die scheiß Handy. Oh, da kommt der Glimmer. The curse is coming. The curse is coming. It's crawling up from beneath the ground at speed akin to lightning. Sensing the curse may be about to end, Countess Windcrow's voices clamored around her as if to try and stop her. Fairy death piled up endlessly over the curse of 14,000 years, rushed upward in a torrent. Genau für diesen Punkt. Wow, she really was a genius. But right now her mind was consumed not with the encroaching threat, but with praise for Morgan. Morgan wasn't just an incredible talented fairy. She'd also had the brilliant idea to make all of Camelot into giant mystic code. And even though the spell to make it was utterly massive, its connection to her magical circuits and magical energy circulation were still absolutely perfect. It was the work of a prodigy without equal. It was no wonder she had been the greatest of Avalon la Fae. A problem master whose system had been designed with intention that said genius would be its operator. Ah! A surge of magic energy ran through her body. Lacking sufficient circuits to use all 12 sacred lenses, the magic energy flowing from the throne burst around her in a show of sparks. It dilated her blood vessels, nerves, bones and muscles from the inside out. Her consciousness shorted out, her eyeballs ruptured, her lungs burned. It was all she could do to keep her knees from giving out. This isn't so bad. This time she wasn't going to run away. She knew it was going to work. Rongo miniards locked and loaded. Roundtable lances weighing anchor. Great anti-calamity rite open. All lenses of salvation. Become the reign of Orkney and wash away all sins. Rongo miniado. Jetzt geht's los. Keine Chance, ey. Rongomini hat es richtig übel. Das 12 Mal gleich. 12 Mal. Let's go! Oh, ist das ein geiler Moment. Die Animation, auch wenn es simpel ist, ne? Sah richtig geil aus. Ah! Lances had the necessary firepower, they had the strength to turn even Camelot's impenetrable walls to dust. But they still weren't enough, they were still far too weak to destroy all the layers of curse that had accumulated over the millennia. If any fairies had been here, they probably would have laughed. They would have said something about how even the great High Queen Morgan's own weaponry couldn't kill a god. No, it's not that, I'm just using them right. She narrowed her no-uses eyes and swallowed the blood she had coughed up. The anger was not directed at the fairies, or even Cernunnos. She was angry at herself for still holding back, for still clinging to the possibility of going home. Don't you dare wish you could stick around just a little longer, you've already had plenty of time. I was supposed to disappear at the site of selection, the only reason I've lasted this long. It's because one of my companions sacrificed himself to give me this extra bit of time. I need to use everything, every last bit of myself, both past and present. That's the whole reason I've come this far. Nochmal! Rongomini was Morgan's spell, of course she couldn't make full use of it. Sacred lenses may be beyond your control, but she could still make use of their structure. If they were essential cannons, then all she had to do was load them with different ammunition. Having returned from the site of selection, she was now the sense of the sacred sword, so the new spell it must be. Change the circuit from the throne to my heart. Change the magic energy used from Camelot to the Avalon la Fae. Sie benutzt sich selber. Change Rongomini to Excalibur. Let's go! Tens of trillions of cells burn with pain, as though the entire universe had been ablaze. A number of cursed hands stretched toward her, making their way to the throne room's terrace. And their mind accelerated through the intense pain. A single moment lasted for eternity. And she slowly recalled the memories of what she used to be. Morgan, my rival from a far-off world. She remembered what happened in Norwich. She did not regret what she did or didn't do. She just remembered what she saw and how glorious bright it was. I never was able to beat you, not even to the very end. I couldn't show you who I was through my strength, or even say anything back to you. Geht los! But now at the very end, I've been given one final chance. A chance to use every last bit of my remaining magical energy to show you who I am. Did you find the reason you were looking for? No, I never did become who I wanted to be. But I will take my place here anyway, not for the sake of the cold, merciless queen who only wanted to protect his throne, but to honor the life of the incredible savior she once was. Now I'm going to finish the job you should have done 2,000 years ago. She looked up, facing the looming sin. She summoned the last of her strengths as Avalon la Fae, all the magical energy holding her together, and... O sacred sword, reveal thyself. Hear me, enshrined God, and forgive us our sins. Jetzt. Jetzt geht's los. Diesmal machen wir es richtig! Yes! Sieht gleich ganz anders aus! Boom! Let's go! Uff. Damit ist er weg. All that remained was a mistletoe staff, resting across the winter throne like a sword. Oh, wir müssen ihn holen. Sie hat gesagt, wenn sie den Stab fallen lässt, dass wir ihn wiederholen sollen. Richtig? Dass wir ihr helfen sollen auf der Basis. Its purpose fulfilled. Ist das damit gemeint? "12 charges of an extremely powerful spell were just fired from Camelot's main gate simultaneously. They are all direct hits. Colonel's Spirit Origin signature just changed from negative to positive. 90% of its outer cursed layer have been blasted away. Whoa, I can see something. There, it's his divine core. I'm sensing a ton of godly energy from it. Daza! Colonel's core. Well done at your cast, Aldo. It is just me, or is this nearby flesh wiggling around like it's still trying to regenerate? It's not just you, it's already started to regenerate! Ah, even the wrong units weren't enough to beat him. We only have 6 minutes and the cannon is back to his old self. What do we do, Captain? If that's the divine core, our normal weapons won't be able to destroy it. Da Vinci ordered the rest of the crew to abandon ship. We can use the shadow border to escape. The Nemo series and I will stay here in the command room. As soon as we've confirmed you are safe, we're going to ram the storm border into the divine core at full speed. What? Would it be suicide? No, absolutely not. I can't let you throw your lives away at this ship and this ship away. There's no time to argue. This isn't up for discussion. Come on, Imoto, we need to hurry up and... No, that won't be necessary. Now that Colonel's divine core has been exposed, this operation has played its part. Imoto, would you hurry up to the deck? Marsh is waiting there for you. She can't slay a god without your command spells. Catch my drift? Gut, ist noch einer ab! Okay, I'm on my way. Da ist noch einer ab. The target's divine core is finally exposed, but at the rate it's regenerating, it won't be long before it's hidden again. Altria gave us an incredible opportunity, and had the means to take advantage of it. But now there's nothing I can do, and it's all because I was too much of a coward. I just hadn't run away from my choices, from my responsibilities, than I could have. Man, you really are broken up about this, aren't you? Get it, you were running away from fighting back then. No matter how brave or heroic you were, at your core you still hated fighting. That hasn't changed. But what has changed is where you're looking now. Now you know what you're fighting for and why, and that means I don't have to keep holding onto this for you. Huh? Huh? Ich bin so verwirrt. Oh, Habitrud! Habitrud? Yep, and I've got something that belongs to you. Something you left behind after it was used at the castle and... Dortinax! Dortinax! Something that should have never existed in Britain, and something you need to show who you are from now on. You said it's called the Black Barrel, right? Don't forget it is this time, Mesh. Jetzt ändert sie sich. Sie ändert sich. Oof. We are now hypothetical beings, all being created in a Tree of Emptiness simulation. So I'm going to move forward under the premise that it wasn't Mesh who existed in the Fae era, but Galahad. Neither you nor I must remember anything about her, to her. No way, I don't want to forget about Mesh. She's gonna go through something awful again in the era of the High Queen, right? Then I have to be there to help her. You're gonna be around in the area of the High Queen, right, Ask? Then I figure something out too. And no, an ice coffin. I asked Guru to make me the same kind of ice coffin as Mesh. I have to. I still haven't kept my promise to her. I still need to make her the best bridal dress ever. Once this world changes over the era of the High Queen, every loose end will disappear. You can't go from an era to the next, at least not while retaining your memories. Even I could never do that. It would only lead to contradictions. If I added this loop's knowledge to myself in the era of the High Queen, I'd no longer be able to exist. We have no choice but to forget about Mash. Even if knowing all that, you still want to remember her. You will need to steel yourself. So long as you retain memories of Mash, you will not be meant to exist in this world. Your entire life up until now, until Mash is sent here from Norwich, will disappear. No one will be able to speak the first Chamberlain's name. Let me be clear, no one in this era of the High Queen can ever know you were one of my first knights. Even if one person realized you actually Totoro, you will vanish from the era of the High Queen. You are from a fantastic lost belt, such there is no way for you to survive in a reality of a singularity. So I'm going to erase all of Mash's memory of you. Everything from the moment she meets you in Sheffield in 2019 to the moment she enters her coffin. So long as she has no memories of you, she should be able to live in the area of the High Queen as well. Which is why you'll have to stay away from Mash once she's been freed from her coffin. If she remembers you, you vanish from the area of the High Queen. You will disappear when the morning lark sings, just like a summer's night's dream. Oh Mann. Das ist das Ende für Abedrote. Totoro! No Habedrot! How could I have forgotten about you? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry I didn't remember. It's so wonderful to see you again. I can't believe this is happening. No, you've been with me all this time, watching over me. Yep, I always keep my promises, you know. Yeah, this is yours. I've been hiding it inside my spinning wheel all this time. Never even noticed, did ya? You've even got the black barrel. Then why you came floating down from above? You must have... Yep, I stashed it away quick as a wink while Barrel was yammering on. Pretty impressive, right? It is. You must be just as fast as ever then. And no idea you had. Aber true? The morning lark is singing. My dream is coming to an end. But that's okay. I mostly did what I wanted to. I long since kept my most important promise. So this is where old Harbour says goodbye. I wish I could have seen you happily ever after. Ah, hey, knowing you guys, you'll be fine. In fact, I bet you always have a perfect weather for every single one of your anniversaries. Wait, Is this because I remembered you? Is this why you're disappearing? Why did you do this all for me? I don't deserve it. Sure you do, even you didn't. So what, I don't care. I just want you to be happy. I mean, everyone did the best they could, right? Ask did Hector and Reinik. Even Grimmer was a pretty good guy. They might all be gone now, but we still had a great journey together. Besides, I'm a friend of brides everywhere, in order to make sure your future would be a happy one. No, please don't go! Take the memories back, I promise, I will remember you, please! Just please don't go. You more than anyone else. You put everything into making your dreams come true. Come on, you know that's not true. If you really want to pay me back, then how about this? Remember me, remember Isk, remember how beautiful our Britain really was. I promise. Herb, looks like we're out of time. I can see Moto running this way too. Go, put Canonos out of his misery, Mash. He's suffering too, in his own way. Consider this a fresh start for the dreams that await you. No matter how hard it is to say goodbye, there will always be something wonderful to look forward to. Always. Now go on, hold your head high. Show this old Tumblin what a badass you really are. Of course I will. Just watch me, Totoro. Mesh, I've got a command spell. Ja, genau ein. Oh, stell dir vor, ich hätte keinen gehabt. Ja, das funktioniert dann. Right, Master. I won't run away again. As a knight who completed a pilgrimage. I'm going to use everything. I have to crush the calamity plaguing Britain. Geht los! Weg mit Cardinals! Boom! Und... Direkter Treffer! Boom! Alter, das ist eine Implosion, ey. Target elimination confirmed. Did you see that? Habertro ist bereits weg, ja? Thank you. Thank you, Tumblin Totoro. Thank you, Habertro the Spinner. I'm so proud that you choose me to be your dream. Goodbye. May the flowers bless you too. The sky is back to its old twilight. Attention on deck, Imoto, Mash. We've confirmed that Canonis has disappeared, and the curse spraying from the pit has ceased. We're even able to get readings on the bottom of the pit. Now, we had seemed bottomless earlier. Every calamity in British Lost Belt and all threats to proper human history have been defeated. Once we refueled the storm border, we head back to the waters of the western coast. Then as soon as we've confirmed the British Lost Belt is safe, we return to Novum Chaldea. Great work, you two. I'll be keeping the speed low for a while, so take your time about coming back inside if you like. Zzz. Phew, I think I finally pulled it off. I'll admit, I was freaking out a little when not even the Rongominiads finished him off. But then you guys showed up with a god-killing weapon that easily put my master to shame. I just wish Altia could be here too. Well, yeah, sure. It had been great if you could have won without any sacrifices. Things don't usually go that way. Most of the time, you lose something or someone along the way. This time might have been any different. But personally, I think those two went out happy, knowing they did everything they possibly could. And it's all because they believed you guys would have won this thing, because they wanted to see you do that more than anyone. They put their trust in you and thought of you as their friends. If you're gonna remember them for that. And don't forget your battle doesn't end here with Britain. You've still got this foreign god thing to contend with. I know, we're so grateful to Altria and Habertrode, and you too, Grimmer the Sage. By the way, I couldn't ask this during the battle, but is your eye alright? Oh sure, it's just what I needed to put on truly mythical performance. Besides, having only one eye made my magecraft sharper than ever. Ha! Odin, huh? Grimmer, your bot is fading. Looks that way. The God of Wisdom trusted me with ensuring Chaldea got their hands on the sacred sword. And as a Celtic heroic spirit, I also got to be there for Canonis' final moments. So now my role in this Lost Belt is complete. As the only helper here from proper human history, I'm glad I managed to save face. Huh? Thank you again, Cuculain. What are we going to do now? Are you going to be registered at Chalice as a caster? You're alright. And now that you know my deal, I'd rather you call me Grimmer from now on. But anyway, I owe you guys one now. Not just me, the God of Wisdom says so too. Never can keep the Spirit Origin after going back to the throne. Popped by Chaldea as a caster. So I see you guys then. I have a feeling I'll be seeing you all again. Ja, so läuft's manchmal, ne? There goes Grimmel too. Alright, it's time we put this lost build, this lost world behind us. The calamities have dealt the Isle a critical blow. There can't be many survivors left. Still, at least it hasn't been completely destroyed. I wish we could stay to see Britain get back to one's feet if we return to Chaldea, but... Yeah, that would be nice. Wait, huh? Oh, the flames and curses have dissipated, but chunks of ground are still breaking apart, in fact, if anything. Attention, I pick up a massive gravity fluctuation across the whole of Britain. The ground is floating up in the air, even though there's nothing creating gravity up there. What the heck is going on? This doesn't make any sense. Everything is falling up. It's worse. She was detecting a level 1 threat. I can't see it, what's causing it. But the way things are going now, the whole Earth gotta be gone in an hour. What? It's a collapse. The collapse has started. What? The fuck? Wie? How is this happening? But we dealt with this calamity, with all the calamities, there shouldn't be anything left to threaten Britain. So why is the collapse beginning now? There's no sign of a new enemy. Oh, Baron! Oh, Baron! Sure there is, you just didn't notice it because you'd been looking at it the whole time. Remember that mural in Londinium? It was a depiction of the prophecy of destruction Colonel's priestess made just as she was being dismembered. As the whole grows newer, unbeknownst to all, its roots will grow older. Until one day they will be so brittle as to crumble with a bite from a single insignificant insect. Yeah! That prophecy wasn't about Britain's future. What you're seeing now is what happens when the roots of even the strongest human history are gnawed through. Soon the entire planet will be gone, as though it never existed. Ja, ich hab's gewusst. Oh, Baron! Oh, what's wrong, Blanca? Your pretty antennae stopped moving. Oh, you're dead. Well, you're taking all the Morse poison being directed at me from all of Britain in my place. Thanks, I guess. Not that it really matters. Oh, Baron? That's a Baron? Hat er die gerade weggeschmissen? He certainly does look the part of a fairy king, but what's the meaning of this, Da Vinci? Your report said he was one of your local collaborators, a probably human history servant who had been summoned by this land. But his spirit origin isn't from proper human history at all. For that matter, he's neither human nor fairy. In fact, he doesn't match any known life form. Is that really Baron the Fairy King? Of course it is, believe me. I confirmed it dozens of... Huh? I can see his magical energy signal on the border sensors. No, wait, I can, but it doesn't match any of our data. His spirit origin is changing literally every second. I don't believe it. There's no trustworthy information about his origin, spirit origin anywhere. He may as well be invisible there, but not there at the same time. Then who in the world is he? I just picked up a massive irregular space in northern Britain. No way, when did this show up? Wie war das, Pretender? My apologies, but I don't know what you mean by irregular space. Can you be more specific? Look, it's there, just this weird thing there, okay? What is that thing? It's actually alive? I'm sorry, but we can't explain it, we just can't. We've never seen anything like that creature anywhere in the world. Even tried firing a sensor pulse at it, but didn't get a signal reading. I can tell it's really bad news though. She was gonna pitch black, it's hard to believe, but according to this, we are already done for. Return impossible, destination permanently unmoored, eternal voyage in progress. What kind of status reports are these? Captain, we are scared. Did you already sink without realizing? Yes, there's something pulsating to the north. They can only describe it as a hole in space. But it seems we can view it on the monitor. Missimoto, can you see it from the deck? Ja, I can. Oh Gott, will ich das wirklich? Oh Gott. The fuck? Was soll ist das, Mann? Ew. Wurm? What is that, Master? Some kind of black haze is sucking up the ground. No, it's eating the island. What in the world could that horrible looking creature be? My guess is... it's an insect. That's right, just a single insect. Though as you can see, it's actually a conceptual insect, an infinite hole that's going to destroy Britain and turn the planet inside out. You can't think of it as an endless hollow if you like. It's also me. Even I can't really tell which of us is real and which is just a shadow. Who are you really? Well, since you asked, I'd be happy to oblige. Knister, knister, Knaser, wer knickt die mit Wasser? Ich will mir ein bisschen trinken nach in der Zwischenzeit. Hallo? Ja gut, schwarz. Alter, die Ratte, Mann. Ja. Ih. Senpai, Oberon's form knows very spirit origin is. I swear these fairies are just unbelievable. First they kill a god and use his body to create a small island to replace the land that disappeared because of their screw up. Then still not satisfied, they kill uncountable numbers of their own kind to fill the sea and make an entire landmass from their corpses. Ah, their sheer audacity and greed is enough to make me sick, don't you agree, Moto? Even as a human you think they're pretty awful. So imagine how disgusted the original Britain must be with them after it was returned to nothing. No wonder it sent calamities after them to try and wipe them all out. Baron, der ist aus dem Originalen! Das ist der originale König! Anyway, Cernunnos wasn't a part of it. In some way, he was actually trying to protect the fairies. The only reason I made it up to the surface now is because he's finally gone. Morgan ensured Fairy Britain's creation by sealing Cernunnos away instead of defeating him. I honestly wasn't sure what to do, I certainly had no means of defeating Morgan myself. So I waited for a human who could have defeated her to appear. I waited for someone who could pop the lid of Cernunnos and finally get rid of him. The Child of Prophecy's prophecy was just the chance I was waiting for. It was even a kind of amusing idea. So I helped it along a little. I did my part to ensure the Child of Prophecy would set off on a journey and successfully complete her pilgrimage. Also, we could be the ones to ruin everything you were working towards. Tell us your name, Baron. Gladly. Jetzt geht's los. I've taken the form of a Baron, a Fae King, a fantasy, a fiction created by your own proper human history. I'm the embodiment of Britain's will, the very will that wished for its own destruction when the age of mythics ended. Alter, was für komische Kackfüße, ne? My name is Vortigern. Vortigern, warte, der Name ringt. Der Name sagt mir was. Baron Vortigern. I'm the abyssal worm who destroyed Fairy Britain with a little help from all of you. Jetzt geht's los, ey. Sofort soll noch mehr kloppen. Q-Name Dissolution. Pretender. Baron Vortigern. Alles klar, jetzt hat er seine Klasse verändert. Ich weiß gar nicht, was es gegen den überholt. Ich weiß es gar nicht. Holy. Plums, ja danke, ganz viel Zeugs. Plums. Holy. Oh! Mann! Ja, Giant Hole am Arsch! Okay, okay. Avalon la Fae. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Holy. Jetzt wird's lustig. The Isle of Britain was collapsing. All the buildings the fairies had built in imitation of human civilization. All the corpses from those heaped up in ages past to those freshly killed by the calamities. Insects sucked more of them into the air with every passing second and swallowed them whole. The northern lands dissipated like snow, the southern lands drifted away like ash. Those few who somehow managed to survive all joined hands and fell into the void. It was though everything in Free Britain had been no more than a single night's dream. Holy eh. I still can't identify that unknown servant spirit origin pattern. It doesn't match any of the 7 main classes or even any of the extra ones. I've never seen anything like this class before. What is that thing, Holmes? I can only confirm that this class is unknown. There are those who serve as inspiration of others and you usher in the new ages by doing good deeds, heroes. And there are those who help good things come about by serving as necessary obstacles, anti-heroes to counter to heroes. Among these there were doubtless some anti-heroes who accomplished great feats through treachery. An impostor knows someone who achieved greater power and feats than even one who is genuine by deceiving others about the nature of the very soul. Such an anti-hero would not be an avenger or a ruler, nor would they be an entity from outer zone or distinct separate personality within a person. No, they would be a pretender, a heroic spirit mirrored in falsehoods, who fights entire worlds rather than people or beasts. Indeed, I can't think of no better name for a Baron. Come the hell on! What in the world's going on here? The girl won. Krila came through with flying colors. I know it may not be possible for our world to coexist with this lost bit, but we never want to destroy it. We saved Britain, damn it! So why is this happening? Answer me, Holmes. What in the world is that monster? I suspect it's the concept of emptiness. It may seem like a living creature, but it has no muscles, no bones, no organs. What appears to be its mouth is actually a hole. Though it appears to be sucking up the ground and the ground is falling up towards it. Imagine a bathtub filled with water. Now imagine that our world is that water and the creature is the drain. What happens to the water in the bath once the plug is removed from the drain? Well, it's water, right? So just make a little whirlpool and swirl down the drain. Wait, you were saying that thing isn't sucking everything up, but... Indeed, we are, or rather, the very space we inhabit is falling towards it. Even if we were able to escape our present location, it would have achieved nothing. Now that the plug has been removed, everything on the planet is going to fall into that hole. The very epitome of a pitfall. I simply never imagined there could be a hole the entire world could fall into. Ja, was ein Scheiß, Mann! Holy eh. Vortigern, the cowardly king who killed Uther, King Arthur's father. Then you must be King Arthur's arch-enemy for this lost build. No, I couldn't care less about King Arthur. Think bigger, Nash. I'm his arch-enemy. Vortigern was Britain's destiny incarnate in your world too, right? Well, I'm not about to allow humanity to have their own way, own age, not on my watch. If humans are just going to trample over Britain's mystics, I'd rather end it before the age of mystics come to a close. I'd like to go out on a high note, in essence, even if it means killing myself. And yeah, you don't have to say it, believe me, I get it. There's nothing worse than when the thing you hate becomes super popular. Not that that matters when King Arthur comes along to stop you in your tracks. That's the problem with your world, neither the good nor the evil ones that are willing to go far enough. Want to destroy humanity? You need to destroy the world itself. Your Vortigern failed because he couldn't cross that line. Why do you want to destroy all of humanity? They disgust me. What of it? Wouldn't a bunch of vermin skittering around the corners of your room disgust you too? Disgusting? You think this Britain is disgusting? That the fairies and humans who live in this land of the Fae are all disgusting? Huh? You mean you actually like the mesh? Wow, that's really something. Don't take it too personally. It's not just this place that disgusts me, it's everything. To me, even your world just looks like a giant pile of shit. That was vulgar, wasn't it? No, not how the fairy king should speak, is it? Sorry, I'll be more careful in the future. Think you can forgive me just this once, especially after we've been through together? In fact, tell you what, I apologize for everything I just said. If you'd rather, we can just forget this whole thing happened. Huh? Oh, okay, wait, huh? I don't understand, Master. It seemed like our brain was being completely sincere just now. Stop messing with Mesh. Alright, whatever you mean. You only ever tell lies. So you do get it. I'm so glad to hear that, Imoto. You're right, I'm a liar. I've never told you guys the truth, not once. But I was still deadly serious about destroying Britain. And I relied on you most to make that happen. I mean, think about it. If someone told you to do something as huge as destroy Britain, where would you even begin? I was as clueless as the next person. I didn't know what I was going to do. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that even I could defeat Morgan. It wouldn't be enough. I would need so many pieces to fall into place to bring down Fairy Britain. Morgan and Shadia alone just weren't going to cut it. Everything had to happen at the right time, and I would only get a single chance. Even I had no choice but to watch my every step very carefully. But then I saw you on the beach, and I instantly realized this girl's a total moron, the perfect performer. I just know she's going to make all my dreams come true. I truly believed from the bottom of my heart that you were the worst and best spectator I could hope for. One I knew would bring everything to a spectacular end. Gee, thanks. Anyway, my intuition was right. You lived up to my expectations and then some. So much so that I wouldn't have minded letting you live. Except, I have to destroy Shadia too. Voting's goal is to ensure that his false Britain finally disappears since it's hung around for far too long after his death. But me, my goal is to wipe out humanity. Shadia's whole deal is protecting proper human history, right? Kinda makes us mortal enemies. So I'm going to kill you all here, so you can change things up on me later. The Abyss of Rome is falling towards us. Oh, ja, jetzt geht's los! What the hell? I can put any distance between us, and that no matter how hard I push it. Captain, Da Vinci, Holmes, hell, even take Chubby. Hurry and get Imoto mashed back inside. Ah crap, we're not gonna make it. The collapse is coming straight for us. We can't get away. It's gonna swallow us whole. Damn it, now our sensors have stopped working too. I can't tell what's going on outside anymore. Hell, it's so dark in here. I can't even tell what's going on inside either. There's no sound or light anywhere. What do we do, Captain? What can we possibly do against? Look, lock the deck's gravity point bow straight up and set the engines to the second stage. If that thing's trying to make us fall in, we just have to rise away from it. Even if we're in total darkness, even if we're inside an endless hollow, I'm not giving up until our engines know. All hands on Maiden battle station. The creatures causing this collapse may still be out there, but so are Imoto and Mash. And knowing those two, they'll find a way out of this. Den machen wir platt! So, pling. Ja, pling. Jetzt geht's los. Oh, dunkel. Kevin? Wait, doch noch kein Kampf? Kein Kampf? Aber wenn da Kevin steht, sind wir... Wo wir erst durch Albion gegangen sind? Sind wir hier? When I was born, I couldn't even breathe. Not so much as a single toe was truly alive. I was rotten as a flute inside Chrysalis. Oh, kommt jetzt Canonus? Nochmal? Under the circumstances. Oder was? Nee, doch nicht. Der... Oh, Füße! Füße! Der Typ, Mann! Ja, YouTube freut sich bestimmt jetzt. Can you imagine how I felt when I woke up the morning sun's rays? Blah blah. It was in the autumn woods at the outskirts of Fairies, Britain. The autumn woods full of fairies who had been bullied, persecuted, and had nowhere to go. The only thing to do there was to die. It was there among those who didn't belong anywhere else. Among those who were hated and forgotten and now had nothing left to do but to die. Then my chrysalis suddenly appeared. My chrysalis looked just like a fae, but it wasn't. It was a device Britain itself created to bring about its own end. I can't believe this timeline is still hanging on more than 10,000 years after I died. It's sick. I hate everything that lives on this damn island. Just want to erase it all from existence. That's all I am, a single insect born from this island, own excretory hatred of living creatures. But of course, as an insect born of excrement, my birth was a wretched affair. My chrysalis appeared both pitiful and beautiful, so the fairies must have thought I was their king. They gathered around me and watched over my chrysalis until it stood up on its own. Oh god, that was disgusting. Not that it was standing up, it was a chrysalis no longer. It was the perfect fairy tale king, the very sort of those the frogs had long awaited. For it looked just like the fairy king depicted by a famous, talented, somewhat mean-spirited author. First the king of the Moors, now this. So I'm Ghost Liner, a servant now? I guess as long as they've born from people's desire, it doesn't matter whether a servant origin is real or fake. Turned out a fairy named Oberon existed in both proper human history and Fae Britain. But this Oberon pretended to be a king was a creature composed entirely of lies. Everything he said was untrue, thanks to the underlying premise that it was all just a part of a single night's revelry. Wow, this is amazing. Everything I say or do ultimately becomes twisted. I love you became I don't love you. I don't love you became I don't even care about you. That was just who Baron was. And given his nature as a rogue spirit, there was nothing he could do about it. Oh well, that's fine. I was already planning on lying through my teeth all the time anyway. That aside, this is all because Britain gets flotsam floating in from the outside. For someone who was supposed to hate proper human history so much, one really seems to have a paradoxical and a little bit unhealthy love for it. And so the Fairy King was born. As luck would have it, this was right when the Child of Prophecy poem was becoming the hottest topic in the fairy society. The king already knew a good deal about proper human history, but this time he made sure to do his homework extra thoroughly. He knew the story of King Arthur's what Morgan was wary of. So he decided he would make use of the fairies of paradise, Avalon la Fae, who had appeared somewhere in Britain. Ja gut, ne? When I was born, I couldn't even breathe. Not so much as a single toe was truly alive. There was a rotten mass of fluid inside the chrysalis. From inside it. Ih, wie siehst du denn aus? Ih! All I could see was wriggling insects like a sea of living rubbish. Oberon was born from Britain's death throes. Oberon didn't love any of the isle's creatures. He only thought about being informed of his duty to destroy Fae Britain in accordance with the island's own wishes was. Isn't there anyone else who could do it? Oh well, now that I've been born, I guess I have no choice. Yeah, but my body still won't move. Every breath I take feels like it's going to kill me. Just moving my toes makes me feel like I'm going to jump out of my skin. And the worst part is, just being alive makes me sick. Chrysalis Oberon could not close his eyes. And that is why he could not look away from them. Wiggling, wiggling. Over half a year, all Oberon could do was stare as they wriggled away in front of him. Baron was born from a filthy sludge. Even inside his chrysalis, he was still no more than a sludge. Everywhere he looked, everything he saw looked like so much putrid sludge. He was disgusted by the sight of these vagrant weaklings clinging to an unfounded hope. He was disgusted by these starved wretches now depending on him for help after they had been endlessly tricked, deceived by everyone else. He was disgusted at being treated like a king by these creatures who could only crawl, squirm and wriggle. And above all, he was disgusted with himself for being at the very bottom of such an awful situation. He felt like a butterfly corpse being swarmed by ants, the kind of thing that happens in the trash heaps, in the deepest wrecks of the world. Pure loathing grew in his chest, but not for any one person in particular. He didn't despise the insects swarming him, or even himself for being swarmed. It was everything it was, the structure of the world itself. That was what Oberon decided it had to go. Gut, ne? But never mind his backstory now. Hang in there, Imoto, you're almost at the end. Is this Merlin? You've still got to turn things around spectacularly at the very last moment, don't you? Merlin, bist du's? Oh, wait. Nee, das ist nicht Merlin, das ist... Caster? Oh. Das Licht. Das Licht. Der Star, genau der Stern. Oh, you're alive, that's strange. You do know we're in the abyss now, right? Oh, I see. Did you already overcome your lost will? That would explain how you opened your eyes. I think that's just going to make your death much more painful though. But hey, you do you. Where are we? Where's Mash? Where's Mash? Why, she's sleeping right next to you, silly. She may as well not be here though. She's not waking up. Hey, since you're awake and all, why don't we talk for a bit? You must be pretty tired, right? Here, have some food. It's one of those ration things. I found it in your ship while I was doing a little wandering inside. What, you wondering why I'm being so nice to you? I'm not. I only went into your ship to kill your companion. Alter. I killed Mash first, you know. You're going to die soon too. You guys are falling inside an endless hollow right now. The episode 1 Thorax is infinite. You see, there's no destination here, no endpoint. Everything is solos, just keeps falling forever. And since it goes on infinitely, there's no entrance or exit. Once you're soloed, it's over. It doesn't matter how strong or accomplished you might be, nothing can escape this hollow. Not unless you kill me. Nobody's going to wake up in here. They're all dreaming of falling. If anyone did manage to wake up, they'd be able to see just like you can, but most of them will simply keep falling. Frankly, I think you would have been happier that way too. Staying conscious in here will just make the rest of your short life hell. Think about it. Even after you die, you're going to keep falling forever in this endless darkness. Isn't it horrifying? So what? Nobody's going to save us? What would mean you are stuck in a cell too? Ja gut. Aber der Kerl, den kümmert's ja nicht. Of course not. Care to see for yourself. Anywho, there's nothing you can do now. You can't even perform a simple summons in here. There's been nothing like this place in human history, so you won't find a single heroic spirit record here. Or can you summon something that doesn't exist? You'll either go mad from the endless falling, or eventually you close your eyes and slip back into dreaming about falling. So which it'll be, if you decide you'd rather sleep, just let me know. Of course, if you still want to save the world, you don't have any time left to think about it. Now that the British Lost World is gone, we're back in the standard time stream. They observed the planet disappearing in 24 hours, right? They were right, you haven't even got a minute to spare at this point. If we want to save the world, you have to fight me. If you fight me, I kill you. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a great way to die to me. Heh, I couldn't agree more. Oh, you actually tried to punch me? Would you'd ever make it this far with a skull of so sick? Well, if you're so eager to die, I'm happy to help you with that. I do enjoy watching people fighting battles. They haven't got a chance of winning. I do have a chance. Huh? Where? Help will be here any moment now. Weren't you listening? I told you no one's coming to. It's like you said, we're just bystanders, right? Ha! Let's go! Caster, to me! No, no, it can't be. Let's go! Let's fucking go! In ihrer wahren Form. Mit Excalibur. Let's go! I've heard the foreign mage summons and come to her aid in accordance with our contract. If this battle is not to punish Britain, but to save the world, then I will cross even the ends of my time to deliver the sword into her hands. Let's go! Den machen wir kaputt! Oh, wow, eine Ausdauer fehlt. Wie viel? Wow, na egal. Unglaublich. Eine Ausdauer. Eine fucking Ausdauer. Yes! Let's go! Na, hörst du die Bells? I heard the ringing of a bell. Not a cursive bell I heard countless times before, but a kind familiar bell that called to you, that believed in you. This is the storm I was always running in, a maelstrom of wickedness, a crucible of hearts laid bare. A storm of dark, cold, ear-splitting voices no different from a drainage ditch. No, make it stop, make it stop! I don't know how many times I thought I couldn't go on or wished for death to free me. The only reason I was able to keep running without losing my way was because that light was there. The pale blue light of a tiny fourth star shining somewhere beyond the storm. When I fell, I picked myself up even as I cried. When I was exhausted, I turned my head skyward. No matter when I looked, the star was always there, shining in the distance. A flicker of virtue among a sea of vice. A bright future awaiting me. There's no way that could possibly be true. No, even if it was, it doesn't matter. For you, that star is just a bright light. That was all that had to be, to become your goal. Knowing someone else was out there, somewhere looking at the same star, was the only thing that gave you hope. It was the one thing that never changed, no matter how the storm raged. Right, that's right. That's all I had keeping me going. I was terrified of more things I didn't dare to trust, but that star's light always encouraged me. You and that star may not have any connection. That star may never point your way or come down from the heavens to help you, but yeah, I don't care about Britain or about the future. But as long as that star is shining, I'll never give up. No matter how much the world shook with storms, or much more time was spent suffering than at peace. That light has always watched over you, even since you were a child. It's the one thing in the storm that always shone bright. You didn't do this for society or for peace, or even for yourself. That little starlight never lost its brilliance. It's the one thing I don't want to betray. Und das werden wir auch nicht tun. Ah, but it's all over now. Accept the bell's timbre, finish your journey. Just like she could never be happy in the white castle, your life cannot continue beyond this point. Continue down this path, and you, the one who would chant the king's name, will disappear. You won't be needed anymore. Can you really do all of that just for one lone star? Such a silly trivial thing, like not wanting to betray that beautiful star. Really worth going through this? I hear voices cursing me from bringing about Britain's end, voices who loathe me from filling my duty from paradise. Thousands, tens of thousands voices decrying me, millions of voices blaming me. This is why the fact is there's no such thing as a star shining in a storm. That's why I can't save anyone besides myself, not with a reason like that. Huh? Jetzt geht's los. Who's there? Who's protecting me? You're not doing a very good job, but you're still stretching your hands out desperately trying to help me. Someone who lost their life because of your capricious whims. Someone who've long since forgotten. Someone from the fringes who's just like you. Her name is... I see, I guess not having a name really is a terrible thing. Ich hab's gewusst, Mann! Ich hab's gewusst! Das ist die Kleine vom Anfang! Es ist die Kleine vom Anfang! In that case, what about this? I just came up with the idea now, but... Please use my name, Ultra Caster. You can go by Ultra or Caster, or both if you prefer. It's not like I'm going to use it anymore anyway, so go ahead and shout it to the world for all I care. Thank you, I promise. I always treasure it. Not just this name, I always treasure your heart too. Ja, die Kleine, die war so knuffig am Anfang. Ah. Name was Hope. She had found that star's light right at the very end. She had grown exhausted from always lifting everyone's spirits, but she still never forgot to smile. She's been protecting me all along, all because of that one impulsive act. Even now she still believes in me, not because of that silly, insignificant act. It wasn't anything special or even noble. To any outside observer it probably seemed absolutely silly, but... No, thank you for treasuring it. That's right, I don't have any amazing reasons either. I'm no different from her at all. I have nothing to be proud of, no actual skill worthy of praise. I don't think I'll ever find a reason others would envy as long as I live. Ich hab ganz am Anfang gewusst, dass sie eine wichtige Rolle spielt. Ich hab's gewusst am Anfang! But even so, who cares? This is all the reason I need. I just don't want to betray that star. I just don't want to abandon these feelings. Silly, insignificant reasons like that. We've always been what we and you have to rely on to keep going. Richtig geil. Even if you have to grin and bear it, even if it's just for your own satisfaction, even if you lack confidence and never figure out the answer. Even if it's a reason anyone else would think it's silly, insignificant. It's the only thing I believe in, the only thing I can believe in. The only thing keeping me going even now. Farewell, young you, now and forever. In time, the star beating within your chest, the timbre of the bell will resonate inside you. Holy moly, ey. Richtig gut. I've heard the Foreign's mage summons and come to her aid in accordance with our contract. If this battle is not to punish Britain, but to save the world, then I will cross even the ends of time to deliver this sword into her hands. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, and now I said this, what you should be doing. But did you seriously have to become a heroic spirit as an Avalon la Fae? I can't believe it. Just so much of a knight, are you? So showing up now is a little pathetic, don't you think? I mean, you already had your dramatic exit. I don't know if that's your future form or if you have become some kind of special guardian. Brit's gone though. You lost. Your part in this play is long since over. Performers like you who can't cut in the first time around have no business returning to the stage. It's true. There isn't anything here for me to protect anymore. Nonetheless, Fairy King Oberon, he who desired Britain's destruction. I agree that it's painful to witness a dead world being artificially kept alive. You were right to bring this one to an end. I know, right? But you were wrong to try and end others that had nothing to do with it. Even if these fairies were beyond salvation, and our future was devoid of hope. That doesn't give you the right to rob others of their present, when the future still lies ahead. That is an act of cowardice, far more painful to witness than merely trying to escape destruction. Isn't that right, Oberon? Your actions have been dreadfully earnest and quite frankly pathetic. He told him off twice over. Where am I? What have been? Oh, this is a surprise. Mesh! You're awake! Thank goodness! Yes, I was having a very strange dream. It's hard to describe, but I felt like I was falling endlessly. Senpai, Alchir? Oh great, now even Mesh is awake. Must be Alchir's doing. Guess this means the ones in the command room will be waking up too then. Fantastic. Mesh, Shimoto, will fill you in later. Right now we need your help. We're going to destroy the abyssal worm here at its source before it can spread beyond Britain. Right, leave it to me. Ugh, you're still just as quick to change gears as ever. Well, whatever, it's fine. Witcherians do so love defeating your enemies, so if that's how you want to play, I'm game. I was just getting tired of chatting anyway. I've already told you enough about what I am. If we're in a play, this would be the grand finale. Shame nobody's around to watch it. Ja, ich glaub noch nicht ganz. Oh well, I just content myself with knowing it's a third-rate production no one would want to see anyway. Come on then, Imoto, your prize summons should work just fine now. Show me how proud you are to fight for humanity. Gladly. Give up blood! Bring about the collapse, erasing the twilight. It's just all like summer's night's dream. My name is Oberon Vertigan. I am the death waiting in opposition to all of you. I am a threat to all of humanity. I'm not like the beasts. I don't love anything. I'll prove that to you in this battle. No, live certain on this tragedy. This is where your pilgrimage comes to an end. Ja gut. Up to 4 servants! Ich habe halt keine Ahnung, was sehr effektiv gegen ihn ist, aber ich gehe einfach mal mit. Mein kleiner Liebling hier erstmal auf jeden Fall. Brauche ich Merlin. Waver? Nehme ich Waver rein. Ich glaube, ich nehme Waver auch mit rein. Waver, wo bist du? Da. Und Koenskaya. Mal Master Equipment, ist das Richtige? Ja, ist das Richtige. Dann. Komm. 60. Yes! Let's go! Bam, baram. Den machen wir platt! Kakobären! Bam, baram. Oh Gott, ey. Abyssal Wurm. Oberon. Letzter Kampf. Das kann lustig werden, ey. Holy. Das wollen wir erstmal sehen. So, warte mal, was hat er hier? Increase Debuff Chance Rate. Remove one buff from a single enemy when attacking and increase article removal is successful. Ja gut, ja gut. Oh. Nein, 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 ich sehe da was, ich hab... Oh, Kaigan. Ich glaube, ich werde Match gleich instant austauschen. Tauremasen. So, dich reingehauen, Change gleich instant. Wir nehmen... Oh, soll ich Koenskaya vorholen? Ich glaube, Koenskaya ist besser. Koenskaya wird jetzt besser kommen. Ich nehme Koenskaya. Weil Koenskaya gibt mir Crit-Sterne.
ってあげましょう。
So, drauf.
していきます。
Dekimasu.
私の触手は残忍です。残酷に。
Tasha des. Ich bin wieder voll.
丸みアドワーズ。
Das hebe ich mir auf. 200% haben wir schon mal. Oh yes. Oh yes. Der erste Balken. Wisst ihr was? Ich gehe auf Nummer sicher. Ich gehe auf Nummer sicher und hau mein Stang gleich raus. So, das sollten eigentlich... Sagai Maske, do? Psycho des? Das hat nicht gekillt! Ach, verflucht. Ich hab gehofft, dass es gekillt, ey. Wait. Nein, ich hab's gemacht, bevor ich... Nein! Nein! Ich hab... Oh. Ich hab's gemacht, bevor ich... No! Ach, Mist. So, Kacke, Mann. Stargai Maske, do. No, ich hab's gemacht! Nein! Ich war so doof, Mann. Ich hätte vorher austauschen sollen, bevor ich Bibis Skill geruppt habe. Round of Avalon. Weg damit! Und jetzt 300%. Sagt er. Ine. Und Charge gehen. So, oder? Oh, da kriegt der... Oh, der... Okay. Ah, Wahrscheinlich gar nicht mal so doof. Wir machen eine Bastard-Chain. Ich glaube, wir machen eine Bastard-Chain rein, ne? Narugashan. Aber den seine Ulti hat sich 100% jetzt verändert, oder? Jo, den Panzer raus! Ja, down, Charge! Yo! Doppel-Charge los! Juhu! Ist das gemein? 400%! Nom, lecker Charges! Shisai des ne. Alter. Ja, natürlich alle. Alter, ey. Jetzt bräuchte ich Altria. Wait, ich hab doch Altria. Ah, die Debuffs sind wahrscheinlich jetzt richtig hart. MP-Up hat er ohne Ende. Ich müsste eigentlich Altria jetzt hochhauen. Kareni. Fuck! Yes! Wie Regen, sagt sie! Oh, ist fast weg. Muda des Yo. Au! Ey! Gott! Jetzt hätte ich mir meinen Stun aufheben sollen, hä? Gott, Scheiße. Das ist dann die letzte, weißt du was? Ich glaube, ich muss es machen. Ich muss es machen. Dann mach mal, dich und du. Stargate Maske, do. Erstmal die ganzen Debuffs runter. So, Avalon! Weg mit den Debuffs! Komm. Sag! No, that's gone! Alter. Und Immobile! Willst du mich verarschen? Kaigan. Ey, das... 3000, Mann! Wegen 3000 Lebenspunkten, Mann! Das war ätzend! Das schon. Der ultit jetzt gleich, ey. Jetzt, ich hab's gewusst, ich hab's gewusst! Ignore Invincible, ja genau. Damit, oh wow, Alter. Der macht ja auf alle Invincible. Dadurch selber. Alter, ich hab's gewusst, Mann. I.
切り返します。
Ja gut. Was in Witze, hä?
マスター、怒らせよかった。
Und ich nur defensiv. Gut, dass ich Meldung zu lang noch hab, ne? Holy. Oh, scheiße, das wird jetzt ein richtig slow Match. Erstmal. Merlin hat relativ gut, dann gehe ich auf Merlin. Relaxu. Und eigentlich kann ich. Warte mal, das ist jetzt dauerhaft drauf auf den, oder? Ja, ist dauerhaft. Da kann ich auch für Crit-Sterne einfach unten. Relaxu. Kimio. So, dann gehen wir erstmal mit Merlin. Goyoboto. Ikkai. Holy, ey. Jetzt gibt's erstmal eine große Heilung. So. Gut, dass ich Zu Liang drin habe. Zu Liang ist der Einzige, der das stallen kann jetzt. Kommt. Wow. Du kannst sagen. Charge gehen. Also ich muss... Ja, Buffy Move, ne? Also ich muss mir... Alter Falter. Der hat jetzt 3 Stück... Ne, 2. Das heißt, ich glaube, ich muss schon ulten, oder? Ich glaube, ich muss ulten. Weil der ultet so oder so, glaube ich, dann. Alter, wehe, wenn ich das jetzt Alter, ey. Holy shit. Weil da hat sich gerade 2 aufgefüllt. Ich weiß halt nicht, war es am Ende, oder? Oh. Ich habe keinen Plan, ob es am Ende war, Mann. Komm, ich gehe Risiko. Ich gehe Risiko! Tene. So, Tutu. Atoshimas. Ich gehe Risiko. Ich sage, der hat's am Ende gemacht. Stun! Yes! Kiri komme! Hier, Glenn macht mich. Garden of Avalon. Und gleich Zu Liang gleich wieder. Oh Gott, ey. Ultra spannend. Na, ich weck dir das. Wanada. Natürlich macht es... Alter. Natürlich war er. Alter. Sleep. Ah! Das ist aber Ultra-Rotze. Das ist aber Ultra-Rotze, Mann. Okay. Oh Gott, Kriegheilung, ey, ohne Ende. Nein, aber... Okay, Sleep ist weg von dir. Komm, greif Altria an. Nein. Der Altria schläft immer das nicht. Kiri komme. Ich muss heilen. Oder ich mach so wenig Damage, Mann. Du kannst da. Alter, ey. Charge gehen! Alter, er schläft immer noch! lange schläft die denn, Mann? 5 Runden! 5 fucking Runden, Mann!
リラックスリラックス。
Oh,
ハッピーエンドの話をしよう。
oh Gott, ey, oh Gott, ey. Ja, lach nicht, Mann! 5 fucking Runden!
そこは壁もなく城もなく国すらない
Und
始
der
ま
greift
り
dich auch
の
nicht an, weißt du?
魂のありかを見せようか。ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
Oh, ey, ein bisschen heilen und komm, Stun, das ist ein... Aber der schläft ja nächste Runde immer noch!
これぞ大軍師の究極陣地。
Oh.
切り込む。
Oh. Oh, ich kann so hochhalten, damit ist es
君に
1.
全チップをかけよう。頼
Dann
む
immer
ぞ。
so, das ist 1 schon mal.
こういうのどうだ？
Gott! Ist das schrecklich, Mann.
ご要望とあらば
Ist das schrecklich. Kann aber nichts machen.
簡単なマジックさ。
Kannst du aber nichts machen.
俺にたかるな。吐き気がする。これ以上の週末。お前たちに
Nom, 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 Alter, ja. Oh Gott sei Dank.
夢の世界にひとまず対策。
Jetzt muss er es aber angreifen. Mesh ist doch... Oh, Mesh ist doch... Ich hab gedacht...
倒れません。
Tau dir Marcel, aber richtig. Round of Avalon
対
müssen
終末対粛清防御
wir... Oh... Hajime, aber richtig, Hajime, ey. Mesh ist doch da, Mann. Rettet mich das jetzt, rettet mich das noch.
大果ての島罪の宮
Erstmal weg mit den Debuffs.
最後の竜は我がのね円卓の守護者たちラウンド
Round of Avalon.
輝きを熱を帯びなさいマルミアドは
いいね。羽虫ども。
Warte mal. Ach, der hatte eh Invincible Break drauf. Increase MP for one Ali. Hoffentlich reicht das, reicht das? Ach,
これで耐えます
oh, ich kann stunnen, ich kann es stunnen. Ich muss stunnen. Damit,
神明
oh, na, mach ich, nee, Damage hoch hebe ich mir für nächste Runde auf.
神明開通します
Yes! Doubled! Komm, 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 komm,
それ
ey.
は全ての傷全ての怨恨を癒す我らが故郷権限せよ
Lordo Camelot!
そこです
Alter Falter, alter Falter. Ich kann's nochmal. Yes.
対終末対粛清防御初
So.
めついて
Ah, nicht mehr.
落ち着いて
Der wird sich hundertprozentig, ich sag dir, der bufft sich hundertprozentig.
なれど剣は彼の手霊言なる
Nein, ich hab den Damage Buff vergessen.
ラウンドオブアバロン
Round of Avalon. So, da. Sagt- Ich hab's gewusst. Ich hab's gewusst. Überleben, Alter. Überleben.
俺から言うべきことは
Ey, das...
もうない。
Der Typ, der spammt das Ding, der spammt das Ding. Ey, das gibt's doch nicht. Das gibt's doch nicht. Verarsch kann ich mich selber. Chain Ram. Alter. Ja, Charge gehen, Alter. Oh Gott sei Dank, ey.
運命をかけた戦いであれば
Alter. So, die Runde schafft das noch nicht.
あった誇りにかけて輝きを やっそこで
Ja!
いいです
Oh, ey.
私が出ます
Oh, Alter. Willst du mich verarschen?
俺から言うべきことはもうない。
Willst du mich verarschen?
切り返しますえっと
Jetzt muss ich echt noch.
隙を突かれました
Dein Ernst? Jetzt muss ich echt noch. Alter. Wie? Wie? Gut, dass es sie noch hat, aber wie? Die miese Ratte, Mann. Die miese Ratte.
私の触手は残忍ですよ
Alter, weißt du was hier?
Du
kannst mich mal sowas von- du kannst mich mal sowas von- Ich bob dir jetzt so weg, ey. Ja.
運命をかけた戦いであれば早炊きですよ
Ich mach den kaputt. Warte mal, kann ich. Oh, ich kann Actions machen. Aber dann mach ich wieder mein Ding kaputt, aber egal. OMP-Game.
ステータスアップこれで耐えます
Komm her. Mach dasselbe wie erst. Das wird jetzt richtig ultra wehtun. Aber das willst du oder nicht? Scheiße, wa?
げましょう
Aber richtig Müll, Alter.
火薬の匂いお参りしていきます
Ey, das Ding ist einfach nur übel. Ja.
笑わせないでくれますご覧になります
Weg mit dem Typen. Oh, zum Glück hatte ich die 3 Dinger.
新山幽谷経典道地改ざん明道挺身地義これぞ列車
Erstmal schön schnips mit dem Finger.
この鳴き声
Weg mit dem Typen.
森となり
Ich mach dich kaputt. Boah, aber der Typ, Mann. Der Typ, Mann.
哀れに逃げ惑いなさい
Kasse Cutting Clater.
惨めすぎてお話にはりません
Da kommt doch gleich viel was Besseres. Okay, oder auch nicht. Ist schon tot.
からかい尽くされた
Ich hab gehofft, dass er sich noch eine fängt. Aber hey.
それがあなたたちにはお似合い
Ja, chaotische Servants, ja. Gut, ne? Alter Falter. Ey, aber hör mir auf, der Dreckstyp, ne? Also Kernlos alleine schon und dann das nochmal. Holy, ey. Wisst ihr, was ich mache? Während das kurz lädt. Ich muss nämlich übelst auf Klo. Ich muss tierisch auf Klo. Ich setze mir dann schon mal, ich mache dann schon mal Essen langsam warm. Weil ich glaube, wir werden auf jeden Fall ein bisschen überziehen. Lotso Beron, Letto Beron. So, ich bin gleich wieder da. So. Das war dringend notwendig, Mann. Das war wirklich dringend notwendig. So. So. Lord Baron has returned. Please, Lord Baron, please tell us all about the ones on site who want to kill us. I'm back, everyone. Did you all manage to survive the day again? Hope you already burned to death. Gotcha. Well, that's okay. It was going to happen eventually. I'll just tell you about the outside some other time then, honestly. I haven't got any new stories right now anyway. Oh, it's you. Heya! Sorry, oh sorry, was I sleeping? Seriously, just so shameless are you? You bitch! Alter, was? Oops, there I go again. No more foul language from me. What are you going here, what are you doing here anyway? Did you fall asleep while we were fighting? It's fine. This is all just a dream anyway. How about one last cup of tea before you go? I really haven't gotten anything left to say. I've already told you everything about my goal, but I'm really like, things got to this point. So I really don't see what reason you could have to stick around here anymore. Not yet. You still haven't told me how you really feel. Are you kidding me? You really are an idiot, aren't you? I'm not this bad. I've met insects with better memories than you. Hey, you're the one who said you're a liar, right? Okay, you've got me there. Well played. You're right, I do feel strongly about some things. A lot of things, actually. Vortigern was Britain's destiny incarnate. I was born as part of him. I'm not just Vortigern though, you know, I'm Oberon too. Did I ever tell you about what the land of the Fae really is? It is all a big, well, fairy tale. A single story, nothing more. A 14,000-year picture book Morgan wrote just to have somewhere to belong, even if it had to be fictional. You people rejected it, just like you have all the others. You said it was wrong, that it was meaningless. I didn't like that. So much so that it even made me forget my disgust with everything. Make up characters who behave exactly how you want, put them in the kind of stories people dream about. Stories so good they even change your very lives. And you just laugh and dismiss them as nothing more than flights of fancy. But this is about stories. That's right, there's still meaning to be found in even the most hacky-net of kingdoms, or the most unsung side characters. Are those stories your people from reality just forgot the moment you finished the last page? They had every bit as much as the right to remain afterward as anything else. Oh well, there's no point in telling you this. You're human, you forget all about it once the next story comes along. Proper human history is all about growth, progress, right? Nothing is permanent there, it's all just keeps going forever. Me? I find all that stuff a huge pain in the ass. I was absolutely livid, that's why I wanted to end everything. They're happy? No, wake up already. So, ich hab noch ein bisschen Tee, das kann ich mir noch ein bisschen nachfüllen. Der letzte Rest! Vom Schützenfest! So, bling bling. You don't need a morning log or even an evening one. Not yet, anyway. Alright, see you later, asshole of Chadea. This is your journey. Might have sucked, but at least it was full of surprises. Good luck with the next one. I pray for your success, just as hard as I can. Where are you going? Where are you going? I'll come with you, I'll come with you. Goodbye, friend of a Baron. Come visit the Baron's woods again sometime. Clean, eh? Ah! Habe ich ihn sozusagen. Oberon! Habe ich ihn selber sozusagen in eine Traumwelt gezogen, Oberon Vortigern's fallen off the deck, is plummeting into the hollow. Spirit Core suffered serious damage. For Vortigern, there was a worm, the sacred sword, it's a double-edged blade, both sustenance and poison. He won't crawl back up here again, not with an injury like that. He will simply fall endlessly into a non-existent abyss. Falling down this hole forever, it sounds. No, it's okay. Oh, it seems I won't be able to bask in our victory. It is already time for me to leave. Well, give my regards to you, Merlin. It's only right, since I came here without asking. Ha! Don't say... Or, I will, thank you. No, thank you. It was good to hear your voice. I'm just glad I was able to be of help. This is the Stormborder command room. Do you read me, Imoto? We don't know how it happened, but we can at least see what's happening. We just picked up a breakdown, a blockage in this conceptual space. The abyss is starting to lose our connections to the outside world. We need to get out of here before it completely closes up, or we'll be stuck falling here forever. So I'm going to point the stormboarder straight up and try to fly us out of here at full speed. Imoto, Mesh, you both need to get inside the border right now. Did you hear that, Master? What should we do? Please, do not worry about me. I've already said my goodbyes. The girl who traveled with you, Altria Caster. She existed only in this lost bit, and I returned to the planet's inner sea along with the shadow of paradise. However, her actions and the answers she found have been inscribed upon me. I am not King Arthur, I am the concept of the sacred sword's wielder, the knight of the sacred sword given form. I only entrust the sacred sword to those who use it, to those it has chosen. So consider this a special bonus. It was an important contract after all, so I could not break it. Right, this was just a one-time thing. Indeed, just as you wished to help, so did my other self. Now please hurry, you must not let yourself be caught up in the Abyssal Worm's downfall. Farewell, Imoto, Mesh. Tread on onward without fear, for the light of the stargazers of Jajir shall always illuminate your path. Oh hi. Goodbye, precious friend of Britain. Goodbye, kindred spirit. Senpai. Come on, let's go. Right. Ey, aber die übertreffen sich jedes Mal mit den Stories, ne? Okay, Captain. Imoto and Mesh are back inside. Now punch it. Alright, activate all 4 Triton engines in parallel. Target speed 5000 kpa. Set the curse out of this hollow. Let's go! Feuer frei! Nix hier raus hier! Professor, how long before the exit collapses? Will we make it at this speed? Okay, it looks like we have about 5 minutes before the abyss is completely sealed. Since the computer room has been shut down for 20 minutes and assuming that the ship has been falling constantly during that period. Okay, quick and dirty calculations say we've fallen about 420 kilometers. So if you can push the border to Mach 8.5, even accounting for acceleration and deceleration, we should have no trouble getting out in time. 8.5 Mach! Wait, I just realized something. There's no point in calculating the distance we've fallen. The soul is infinite. Now that we're inside, there is no entrance or exit. We can't possibly reach where we fell in, no matter how fast we fly. I see, then we just have to make our own exit. Captain, can the Stormboarder's cannons blast open the sides of the soul? We can't make it to an exit by flying upwards. Our only choice is to break down this hollow very concept. It will be risky since there's no telling where we may emerge, but in 5 minutes time, even if that risk will no longer be an option. I'm sorry, but after all that fighting, we just don't have the power for that. Keeping the ship flying is the absolute best we can do. Even if we shut down one of the engines now, we wouldn't have nearly enough time to create a spirit in the warhead. Then, you mean we can't leave? Or because there's no exit? I'm afraid so. Once the hollow is completely blocked off, we won't be able to go anywhere. Once this hollow loses its connection to the outside world, it will be even more inescapable than a black hole. A black hole may be a mass of gravity so dense that even light can't break free, but at least it still has an exit. Theoretically, one could still make their way out if they could achieve faster than light travel. But there simply is no means of escaping this hollow. It's an inescapable space that no man-made transportation technology can leave, regardless of how advanced. It is truly the epitome of a pitfall. Even as we were ascending, we continued to fall towards the abyss. Damn it, man! There's no time to be admiring it. Ah! Is there anything we can do? It's not that though we are under attack, or the ship is about to explode. I'd be damned if I'm going to admit defeat just because of a missing egg. Huh? Guys, I just picked up some kind of explosion 5,000 kilometers away. The hollow's been ripped open and I can see the outside again. Wait. The thermic ray has got to be Albion! Albion just fired off a mana, but Albion! I don't know why she did it, but Albion just attacked the abyssal worm. Yes! She falls to the ground, her strength exhausted. The sky of the end times looms overhead. Still yearning for the distant horizon, she continued to descend. Intelligence and memories were gone. Everything that made her who she was had been shattered. All that remained now was the decaying corpse of a long-dead dragon. A falling star with neither purpose nor desire, doomed to scatter upon impact. Yet she still felt pain in her hollow chest. There was still something she desperately needed to remember. Searching. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum. Bum bum. In an instant, old sights flashed before her eyes and shattered forever with each memory. Ah! Sparks flew from her cells. It was as though they were telling her what she is, what she used to be, and why she'd flown around this place for so long. Vage, Sam, Morgan. Even, oh Gott. Ja, alle, hä? Ja, vor allem. Percival vor allem. Und Aurora, hä? Ah! She saw it. Very Britain's destroyer, the one who brought it to its conclusion. Britain's white dragon. Possessed of the same name as her, it was finally given form, swallowing up the entire world those she loved had called home. Ah! She spread her broken wings and summoned her voice through her crushed throat. Her scales peeled away as she flies, her flesh began to slough off, unable to handle the strain of reactivation. She knew this and flew on anyway. That's right, I have to fly. Even if I never did anything honorable as a fairy, even if I never did anything noble as a knight. Even if I am a freak of nature who was just imitating people all along. She wasn't a British fairy. This higher form of life, she was a perpetual outsider, neither fairy nor human. As the dragon who presides over the border, she was considered a part of proper human history, even within the Lost Pit. As life form from the outside, there had never been a place for her in this Britain. I never know the ground or peace, never have what I truly want. Our life is decided here before me. The border that separates the earth from the heavens and the stars from space. And yet there was still something she had gained. Something that, whether forts or abandoned, she had found for herself. She could remember nothing now, but the fact alone that her memory circuits were blank proved that those memories once existed. This body's name, the name it was given her. The wind resistance whittled her body down, with increasing speed chipped away at her dragon form a little more. She kept going, she would soon self-destruct, a few moments remaining to her had nearly passed. No weapon would behave like this, no living thing would do something so paradoxical. The dragon understood it was acting erratically, and yet it persisted. Objective: stop anyone aiding Britain's destruction, reason unknown. Fire that shone in her eyes drove her to fly even faster. My name is Melusine, Tamlin Melusine. Now fly, even if you are just an animated corpse, you still must fly. She tore through the air, soaring over destruction below and flying straight for her enemy. And so the crumbling dragon, one of the beings who found salvation in this Britain, let out a final roar. Ah, that sound. A vaguely irritating sound jolted her to her senses. Several hours after the tumbling run through her through, she slowly opened her eyes, still sprawled on her back. Ha! It's quiet. The rides must have died down. Of course they have. They were at it for so long. They must have finally exhausted themselves. See, I told you all we had to do is wait. Someone always takes care of my problems if I'm patient enough. It's always been that way for me. Why should this be any different? Aurora ist auch schon ein bisschen traurig, ne? She coughed a few times, her throat oddly parched. Then she smiled a gentle smile and began an elegant speech just as she had many times before. There was no one to hear it, everyone in the city was dead. What she received in response was visions of her past. Ja gut, was schreit hier rum, Mann? You know what your one and only love is. Der Matti! Shining brighter than anyone else. You would never think to improve yourself. The very notion of growth and effort is alien to you. And why shouldn't they be? You've been perfect from the moment you came into existence. Ja. Da guckt er, der Matti. You don't have to work like the Earth Clan. You don't have to suffer injury like the Fang Clan. Blim 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 blim, ja die Kätze! You don't have to study like the Wing Clan. You don't have to surf like the Mirror Clan. Ja, die Bouncy Boy, Bouncy Boy, ja gut. Die Wobble Cat, no, the Wind Clan's value lies solely in its existing in the first place. And you, Aurora, are the very avatar of that value. You don't love anyone, but you also don't want anyone. All you need is ornaments to further adorn yourself. What a wonderful way to live. I think it's fabulous. In fact, I really love it. But you're diminished whenever someone grows more popular than you. Because you would never get your hands dirty. You have all the people who adore you for that. Just like you did at Londinium and with Einzel. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh Baron, they both deserve what happened to them. I was sad when I learned they were dead, but I suppose they must have done something to earn someone's ire. I see, how wonderful. I must have just imagined that you sent them to the Western Human Ranch, knowing Gawain had a visit planned just when they'd arrive. I must have dreamed that you assigned one of your most capable of Fey horses to monitor them and report to you. Ah, true, I did know Gawain would be going there that day. But was it wrong to have him meet a child of prophecy? Not at all, you helped me move up my plans and cleared away a few actors in a stroke. Anyway, I'd better get going. Have fun scheming with Spriggan. Ah, leaving so soon? Well, it's a shame. I thought you were going to tell me more fun stories today. You don't need me for that. You're already aware of almost everything that happens in Britain, right? Really, nobody can compare to the Wind Clan when it comes to espionage. Human tidings can manipulate information so easily, it's genuinely terrifying. Oh, but I will say this. Would you mind leaving Altria and Emoto alone? I'm going to need both of them in order to defeat Morgan. Oh my, you're never so serious. It's almost enough to make me jealous of them. Oh, Baron, you told me your only goal was to remove Morgan from the throne, but can I really trust you? You're not just some nasty vermin that snuck into my Britain, are you? Of course not. Everything I do is for Britain's future. That's why I've been telling you all this. I truly believe you're the one best suited to rule it. That said, you probably shouldn't trust me too much. No, everything I say is a lie after all. Huh? What do you mean by that? If everything you say is a lie, that would mean you're also lying when you say not to trust you. It's just the kind of heroic spirit I am. I'm not hiding the truth or spreading falsehoods. It's just that every single Baron the Fairy King says becomes something that was never worth believing. Spit! Selber! Spuck dich selber an! Soweit musst du erstmal rüberfliegen! Na, Ray, du alter Sockel! Wenn das reinschaut, alles gut bei dir? It doesn't matter if I speak the truth or not. Once I say it, it becomes a lie. Ree, was los? You and I are opposites in that regard, Aurora. Everything you say becomes true. No matter what dark feelings you harbor or how falsely you present yourself. The moment you say something, everyone, various humans, even yourself, take it as gospel's truth. Will Freitag haben, ist ja gleich. Tihi, you're so silly, Oberon. I never know what it is you're talking about. Are you calling me a liar? As in, it takes a liar to know a liar? Not at all. You didn't even know where you're lying, right? You're both an aggressor and an innocent bystander. That's how you've survived this long. Gleich! The idea that you're Britain's most beautiful fairy is ridiculous. Ja, für mich schon. Also ich habe nur noch eine Nachtschicht, danach ist Wochenende. No, what you are is Britain's most innocent, das ist super. Ich glaube, das hat einem gewissen Berserker nicht gefallen. Ah, he really was adorable. I should have caught and killed him when I had the chance. To be the most beautiful fairy in Britain, to be the fairy who shone brightest of all. Ich hab bis morgen 17 Uhr! That was her only purpose. She spent every minute of her 3000 years being exactly that. Ja gut, da musst du noch ein bisschen. Ich hab nur bis um 6 früh. For her lying and seeming weren't crimes, which is the cost of being her. She had no concept of evil or of good. She only ever thought of the ways to keep shining. That said, there was one time, just one time she did something that wasn't solely for her own benefit. Mit Melusine, hä? Was in the Lake District during the era of the High Queen, 1600, and she went to inspect the Mirror Clan Sound along with their ladies in waiting. There she found a strange creature in a dark bog. It was a writhing mass of flesh, a thing even fouler than its putrid surroundings. Oh my. It's all a calculated act, a way for her to show off her servants. Just imagine it, Britain's most beautiful fairy helping Britain's most grotesque creature. A ploy to spend the word about what a wonderful, selfless little she is. Ja gut, willst mich verarschen, Alter? Junge Mann! Warte! Bin schon fast am Ende. My name is Aurora, what's yours? Ja, Alter! What she hadn't expected was for the mass of the flesh. She did credit in her arms to begin weeping like a person. Weißt du was? Ich kann's besser! Ha! She had never before seen tears so sad, utterly genuine. Never before had she been so moved by her own actions rather than envy, so she enjoyed them creating. Honestly, I never wanted to touch that thing. I want to be like you. That was what the mass of flesh said before. Transforming into a beautiful fairy. Ja gut. Schiff dich! Those aura of youth was eternal. She still suffered from decline. Her wings had continued to lose their luster even since the era of the High Queen began. Their natural shine would grow dim without a steady supply of new and unusual delights. And yet that girl, she was stronger than anything, more beautiful than anyone. She never declined even the smallest way. She didn't need to be on a sense. She would never realize what monster she was. Junge, halt die Fresse! You see, there's she right now. Or there she is right now. I'm used to sleep at 6 AM and wake up at 6 PM. 10 hours! Yo, okay, not bad, Black Cat. And welcome to the stream. We are almost done with the Avalon la Fae, a dragon fairy soaring nobly through the sky. And thank you for joining! I need 12 hours of sleep! What would the... Crazy, that's crazy though. But hey, welcome to the stream. Well then at least I hope you had a good nap. How irritating, how contemptible, how revolting. Aurora was stuck on the ground, covered in dirt and grime, while the dragon fairy shone more beautifully than anyone. Foolish girl, if you kill me. Doch. The dragon fairy would return to being no more than a mass of flesh. Aurora would never come to love the dragon. She was so certain she would never return its affection. She wanted nothing more than for the dragon to suffer, continually despondent, and never hearing that simple statement of genuine affection, so she craved 5 hours of nap! Well, I would never sleep so long. It's extremely rare that I would like sleep 12 hours. And as I started streaming, I couldn't, I not would even get like 10 hours. Was sus? Who's sus? Du bist sus! It was that longing, that despair, that made the dragon the fairy she was. But hey, at least I hope you have a great day, even after that long time of sleep. That's why it benefited the dragon to continue protecting Aurora, the source of her suffering. But it hadn't been her own benefit that the dragon killed Aurora, it had been for Aurora's. Yes, that's right. Ja gut, I'm not afraid to die. What I fear is losing my radiance. When my colors fade and no longer being special. Ja gut, das... Der Ray vermisst seine Ticks. Hast du verloren? That's why. Even though the dragon knew that doing so would turn her back into the hideous mass of flesh she used to be, she still chose to kill her. Aurora, the miracle that saved her, and the one she loved more than anything else in the world. I sleep for a long time because of low blood pressure. Ah, well, yeah, okay. That's like, yeah, I don't, good thing I don't have that much problems in...
Shut up, stupid bird.
Nein! How about no? Well, yeah, if the blood pressure is like in tandem with that, yeah. Well, it's a little probably annoying in functioning as a human being, right? If you only have like 12 hours of the day. But there is nothing you could do against it.
Go seek medical help.
Nein, du brauchst keine Hilfe. What an utterly loathsome creature. Fine, I'm glad to finally be free of it. You see, Oberon, idiocy like that is the stuff of true innocence.
Go see Henry.
She had only created that mass of flesh to show off what a good person she was, that reflected her inner ugliness as clearly as a lake. Go away, go away. But creatures born from that hideous mass was truly beautiful. Aurora realized she had done something good for the first time in her life and smiled. I did! Oh, my meds! Yeah, I thought so. Well, for low pressure you definitely need some meds, right? Higher, higher. As high as you possibly can. And so gazing upwards, nein, upwards with a childlike innocence as the dragon corpse scattered like dust in the wind. Aurora faded away and her radiance finally faded. Was los? Was los? Was nochmal los? Muss ich was sagen? Was denn? There's the exit. Hi. Hi. Yes, I see it too. But why in the world did Albion do that? We can worry about it later. Da Vinci, what's our distance to the target? We're 800 kilometers away from the rift. It's farther than it looks, but we can totally make it, Captain. Everyone, hold on to whatever you can. Munir, maximum power. Forget all its safeties. Just get us out of here. Aye, aye, Captain. Full speed ahead. I punch it all the way to the sun if I have to. Let's go! Raus hier!
Ich kann auch lesen, KUK mal bla bla bla.
Ja, nö, kannst du nicht. Oberon was falling. Kept falling down the bottomless void, along in an endless shaft. He had no strength left to fly, no actually. The rings on my back are just for show. I could never fly, stupid. He smiled a hateful smile. He was truly enjoying himself. Ah, aber jetzt holt er auch noch die Knuckles aus hier. He may have been defeated, but he'd still accomplished his goal. His only regret was that he hadn't been able to take Shadir down with him. Go on, get out of here. It'll be a relief not to have to see your damn faces anymore. Further, further. For a mage, the other side of prophecy, the companions he had spent his long journey with flew further into the distant sky. Then after Baron the Liar had hatefully seen them off. Oh well, who cares? What matters is that I killed Britain and just like I wanted. Hello.
Look at
So
the
sorry.
and told the fingers disgusting.
Titania, my fictional queen who loved me in all my twisted ways. I'm sorry, I couldn't get rid of those proper human history bastards for you. Was für Titania oder was? Titania, one who was created for a single purpose, then discarded the moment it had been served. Sacrificial love of his life who could only exist within a story. Maybe it already met someone similar to her. But even if he had, Oberon the Liar would never be able to believe it. You know, it's weird, even though I've got the ever-living shit taken out of me. I still feel strangely at peace. The hole in the abyss disappeared as he continued his endless fall. There. So that's proper human history sky, huh? Damn it, it's beautiful, it makes me sick. Also ey, wenn du die Atmosphäre zerstören willst, kannst du was bei mir anders machen, ne? Also, wenn du mich nerven willst und gemutet werden willst, bitte, aber... Ja, ich habe kein Problem, wenn man das in anderen Games oder so überhaupt lustig machen, bla bla bla, aber wenn die Atmosphäre und so passt, dann ja, nee. Wenn du sowas dann in Zukunft zündest, kannst du ja erwarten, dass ich dich dann mute, ne? Nur damit du es weißt. Ich habe keinen Bock, dass jemand bei mir, wenn dann die Atmosphäre auch so gut ist und das dann auch so passt, dass da einer irgendwie seinen Arsch dazwischen schiebt. The Infinite Hollow sealed itself as the abyssal worm fell on a destination far beyond its reach. Plums. Oh ja, ich kann dich also doch nerven. So, letzte Runde. Was denn? Ich sag nur, wie es ist, ne? The curtain falls. Ja, gut. Super. Approaching the mirror world plane into a standard space in 40, 30, 20. Shut off Triton engines through engines 2 through 4. Get us back to normal speed. Here it comes, everyone braced for impact. We are about to reach the British Lost Belt. No regular British airspace. Nee. Wie, ja, das ist nicht Fate, das ist das andere Fate. Fate Extella ist durch. Das ist FGO. Fate Current Order, nicht Fate Extella. Senpai, look out the window. I see it, I see it. It's our sky. We're in our own world. Why don't we go out to the deck to see it up close? Hey, Tori besitzt 69 Fate Games! Na, nicht ganz. Nächste Woche kommt eins mehr. Attention all staff. The Stormboard has successfully returned to British airspace. Wie viele Fate Games gibt es denn? Es gibt eine Menge. Google einfach mal. We are standing down from high alert. Please return all weaponry to the armory and resume your standard duties. First, I'm told Commander Goldorf would like to say a few words. The floor is yours, Commander. Right, then, first off, I want to congratulate you all on completing this extraordinarily long mission. The field team did exemplary work investigating this mysterious land, enlisting help from the local populace and preventing the world's collapse. And for 50 days our staff remained vigilantly on standby in almost total darkness, all while keeping the border shipshape. Thanks to all of your efforts, Shiba is now back to normal parameters. This of course means the collapse that was predicted to spread from Britain to the rest of the world has been completely averted. So I'm proud to announce that as of this moment our operation in the British Lost is concluded. Congratulations, hip hip, hooray! Is that the best you've got, Chubby? You really ought to brush up on your vocabulary. I was just saying what I felt. If you think you can do better, you can try giving the next speech. Do you know how it is to be cool, collected, and eloquent? With a spotlight on you? That was pretty damn! Good grief, Da Vinci. Could you give me the mic again? Next, I have some more mundane news. We are currently flying at low speed so we can run diagnostics on our systems. I've put up an air net around the deck so for the next 20 minutes those who wish to go out there may do so. Take a look at them, might not be easy, but it's still important. Go make one last memory of Britain before we leave it behind. Let's go! Let's go! Ah! Hello, this Britain. Fairy Britain is gone now. Yeah. But still existed just like the other lost belts. Right. I learned so many valuable things on this journey. I treasure these memories forever. Hey, Moto! Mash! Da Vinci, you did come to take one last look at Britain too? Sure did. After all the time I spent traveling around it, I figured I should say a final goodbye. Plus, I wanted to toast Mike with his wine I got from Baker. Bloom. So long, Mike. I bet you're doing great things with your pup right now. In fact, I know you are, even if you're from a different world that's been restored and pruned away. Even if it's not longer possible to observe it, now that this universe has deemed it unnecessary. The planet still remembers everything that once existed on it. One of these days, I'm gonna cross that border so I can pay you a visit and see how far you've come. Yeah. Alright, that's not the only reason I came here. You guys gotta come with me to my workshop now! The spirit origin graph just started glowing out of nowhere and I also heard what sounds like meowing. Let me check the summoner, will you? There's no telling what might pop out from it. I see, leave it to me, I can handle whatever it throws at us. After all the power-ups I got on Fairy Britain, I'm basically super cool right now. Yeah, about that, Mesh. Yes? What is it, Master? I'm afraid your spirit origin output is back to normal. Oh. That's okay, I knew that. I just saved my disappointment for later. Anyway, never mind that now. We still have to go to Da Vinci's workshop. I'm not sure why, but I'm really excited about this. I think we're about to meet someone wonderful. You sure about it? Well, okay, I guess I can trust Super Crelite intuition. Okay, Britain, this is it. Thanks for introducing us to so many great people. Now come on, Imoto, we still got a long way to go. It's time we stopped reminiscing and went back to our own home. Right. Yeah, goodbye, Britain. You know, it's kind of exciting. I wonder what sort of heroic spirit we're about to meet. Ich frag mich auch nur. This is Happy Cat? Happy Cat, Happy Cat, Happy Cat. Happy Cat? Trismegistus II. Catastrophe defragmentation halted. Transitioning to catastrophe automination. Great work on discovering and preparing this unexpected dead end. I really have to hand it to Chaldier. It only took them 23 hours and 58 minutes to prevent the collapse. But there's no time to celebrate. I need to get ready for the next dead end point. Let me see, it looks like there was a potential nasty incidents ahead, huh? The image of beast that flew off from Britain, in what could end up being the single largest singularity to date. So viele! As for Kadok's recovery, it does not seem that there is any way to remove his serious light, so we will just have to give up on that. This hieroglyphic prediction is not a problem. Revolt, eyelid. I do not get it. In Arabic, please. Oh well, I will just ignore it for now. More importantly, I think it's time to focus on the big gal herself and what she's going to do next. Huh? So that's what our future has in store. I cannot say it's unexpected, but it does not leave us much time. I'd better hurry and make preparations. Judea has conquered 6 lost belts and the foreign god has surely finished their studies by this point. So now we each only have a single target left. This will no doubt be our last victory without any casualties. There is simply no way we can all make it out unscathed from what comes next, is there? Ja gut, ja gut. Fae, Roundtable Domain Avalon. Cosmos Denial. Wir haben es geschafft. Level Cap increased. Mesh! Auf 90! Plumps. Bond Level Limit released. 5:8. Nimm ich. Und. Plaps. Legal! Plumps, meiner. The class skill Fae Eyes, A and the Fae attribute have been added for Ultracaster. The name of Ultracaster's unique skill Sword of Selection has been changed to Sacred Sword Creation. Skills effect have not been changed. Oh, nur die Namen, okay. The name of Ultracaster and Morgan's unique skill Protection of the Lake has been changed to Avalon la Fae. Skills effect have not been changed. The name of Baron's class skill has been changed to Anti-Humanity D. Skill effects have not been changed. Ja, zu früh. The Third Profile, nein, alles gut. Oh, jetzt nicht checken. Crafted since Gloucester and 2020 box has been sent to your present box. Oh, danke. Habertod! Yes! Happy cat! Happy cat, komm her! Happy cat! Juhu!
ここがカルディアってところ？
Yes!
へえ、魔術師の工房だっていうから怖い洞窟みたいなの想像してたけど、綺麗でおしゃれでかっこいいじゃん。
かっこいいじゃん。
これなら長居してやってもいいな。
Ah, so schön.
あ、僕はハベトロット。花嫁の味方で裁縫の達人でハッピーエンドを運ぶ妖精。
Let's go! Oh, okay.
なんだけど僕の宝具なんか妙にごっついな。
Ja, frag mich nicht.
君たちどうしてか知ってるかい？
Ich weiß von nix. You got Habertod. You can get a second and more copies of Habertod through Friend Point Summon. Ja, definitiv in der Zukunft MP5 machen, ey. Wird auf jeden Fall kommen. Bam. 30 Punkte gleich noch dazu. Blaustar. Zack, komm her. 2020 vor allem. Gen Sea-Stars. Blablabla, 3. Naja, nicht so wirklich das Wahre. Ja gut, wir haben es geschafft. Wir haben Avalon la Fae abgeschlossen und als nächstes erwartet uns Lost Belt Nummer 7. Was uns da wohl erwartet, das dauert noch eine Weile, bis wir das erfahren. Aber yo, ich würde mal sagen, wir suchen uns ein Opfer! Ein Opfer zum, wer ist denn alles da? Wer ist denn alles da? Ich gehe mal, ich suche mir mal einen von VTubers. VTuber lies aus! VTuber! Da! So, dann zeig mal her, wer ist denn alles da? So, wen nehmen wir denn? Wen nehmen wir denn? Da bin ich sehe mich selber. Ha! Bist du denn? Ach, bei Sokanai waren wir erst letztens. Guck mal hier, Horror Games in Silence, oder? Ist ein Horror Game, oder? Würde ich sagen, gehen wir darüber. So, komm her. Sieht ein bisschen nach Horror Game aus, oder? Keine Ahnung. Foxtail, hä? Foxtail. So, komm her. So, da ziehen wir jetzt rüber. So, dann würde ich mal sagen, war auf jeden Fall wieder richtig geil, dass ihr mit reingeschaut habt, ne? Und ich würde mal sagen, dann sehen wir uns morgen zu einer Runde World of Tanks wieder. Das wird dann ein bisschen länger wieder, da können wir ein bisschen rumballern. Und jeder, der Bock hat, ne, der Ray wird vielleicht mitmachen. Die Ophelia wird vielleicht, ja, mal gucken. Wir schauen einfach mal, wie wir das uns alles aufteilen. Bye, bye, opfer dich. Nein, will ich doch nie. Ich will mich doch nie opfern. Und ja, also, lasst dann ordentlich bei der Rusea drüben krachen, ne? Und macht's gut, Leute. Tori out. Bis später. Bye, bye.